It is officially win or go home time in Indiana High School softball. Sectional action well underway tonight. A rematch of last year's championship game, this time in the second round of the sectional tournament. We pit the 5th-ranked Roncalli Royals against the 7th-ranked New Palestine Dragons yet again. One team looks to do something that has only happened once in school history, while the other looks to continue a 21-year streak. Hello and welcome to Indian Creek High School with the great Pat Crosley. I am Nathaniel Finch, and this is the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. Plenty for you here, including an interview with the head coach of the Royals, David Lauk, in just a matter of minutes. But, Pat, we have got two teams that, well, plainly do not really like each other.
Well, there's a history here for sure. I think it's a dislike, but also a respect as well. They know they're going to come up against good opponents today. They got to bring their A game, but they don't like to lose to these ladies. That's for darn sure.
Well, the issue tonight is simple. If you lose, then summer vacation starts early. They don't want to see that happen here as we are in the win or go home time. So I think the sense of urgency, especially for these seniors, couldn't be higher.
That's a fact. It's sectional time. Obviously tournament. These graduates now, they're not seniors anymore. These graduates want to keep wearing the Royals uniform just a little bit longer, and the underclassmen don't want their season to end and have to start off-season workouts, and they don't want to do that.
It's the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. A family-owned leader in quality produce since 1947, delivering everything from organic produce to gourmet grab-and-go offerings. That's at IndyFruit.com. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Royals, David Lauk. That's after this sectional softball action for you from Indian Creek High School. With Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch, right here on the Roncalli Media Network.
Your vision from concept to creation. At Gemco Constructors, we're your one-stop partner in commercial construction, from mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems to building automation and post-project service. We deliver projects on time, on budget, and built to last. Innovation, safety, and service. Proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals. Visit wearegemco.com today. Gemco, building your vision. Concept to creation.
A confident smile can change everything, and at Gorman & Bunch Orthodontics, they make that transformation fun, affordable, and easy. Whether it's braces or Invisalign, their expert team helps kids, teens, and adults feel proud of their smile every step of the way. With their convenient Southside location, Dr. Todd Hickman and his team have served our community for over 40 years. Gorman & Bunch Orthodontics, transforming smiles, transforming lives. Proud supporter of Roncalli and Roncalli Athletics.
Hey, welcome back to the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. Nathaniel Finch with you, and now it is the head coach of the Roncalli Royals softball team, David Lauk. 16-0 winners over Beech Grove to start the postseason. Coach, you've been doing this for a while. You've seen a lot of teams. You've been to the postseason plenty. How do you feel about the way that this team was just locked in from the start as soon as it became win or go home?
Well, last night against Beech Grove, I felt really good. I felt it was probably one of our most complete games that we'd played, pitching-wise and defensively. And then for the most part, I'd say the majority of our at-bats, the girls were pretty locked in and certainly produced.
There had been a couple of games this year, the way that your run in the Marion County tournament ended, or that run rule loss against Cathedral, where I'm sure you weren't too happy with the way the team was playing, rightfully so. Can you feel a difference right now than maybe that team a few weeks ago?
A little bit, yeah, because I feel like we're healthy, 100% healthy at this point, which we haven't been all year, which is very uncommon for our softball team and program. But I do feel like we're able to put our best product on the field, which includes girls that are, on the bench right now who have had significant time to play and contribute. So we have some, our better starting lineup out there right now, I feel like, and then some quality depth behind our starters. So I feel really good about that.
David Lauk, the head coach of the Roncalli softball team. And, Coach, when you look at what your two-star senior hitters are doing right now with Elise Baker and Benny Leffler, what stands out to you most right now about the way these two girls are locked in, ready for their final run?
Well, at least Baker's been super consistent throughout the course of the season. Anytime you go through 20, 25 games and, you're hitting over 500 against a pretty quality schedule, that says a lot about her consistency and her focus throughout the course of the year. And then Benny just gives us that presence at the plate where, she's not just a hits for average, but she also hits for power. And it's just kind of an intimidating hitter up there that coaches that are calling pitches or catchers that are calling pitches, and then obviously the pitcher that has to throw the ball somewhere around the zone to Benny can be a little intimidating. So she's been able to be consistent, bringing that factor to us offensively. So both those girls have played in multiple big games, and they've come through multiple times for us over the course of their high school careers, and so I'm excited for them to be able to be on another big stage tonight.
Well, Coach, I'm wrapping up my first year around the program. I've seen you not only as a coach, but as an athletic director, and you get the point. I kind of know a little bit about how Roncalli feels about New Pal. Anything extra tonight when you play a team like this? I mean, not only they knocked you out last year, but just that it is New Pal.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say there's been periods of times where we've had the advantage over them for 2 or 3 years, and then they've had the advantage over us for 2 or 3 years, and then there have been periods of time where it's been a push. Every other year, one of us can knock each other off. So, yeah, I mean, these kids grow up playing against each other locally, and then travel ball world. So they have a fantastic program led by Coach Markham, who's I would consider one of my mentors and also a friend that we've developed a friendship over the last 20 years of my coaching career. There's definitely a little added incentive there, but you can't let that. This isn't football or basketball where like you can go out and physically impose your will, with a certain mentality. You have to be focused mentally and emotionally. In softball and a sport like baseball, you can't physically do anything, to another team in baseball or softball. So, I'd say like the girls' mindsets are, this is always a notch in a cap whenever either team beats each other. And it's a signature win anytime that you face a team the caliber of New Palestine, especially if you win. And there's definitely some added, incentive there, I would say. And then you look at the track record of the programs over the last 10 years with multiple state championship appearances and, representing the southeast side of Indianapolis very strongly in softball over the course of not just 10 years, but 20 or 25 years. Both these programs have done that. So, there's a lot of pride in both programs when they face each other, and I would imagine that the intensity tonight will be something like most of our girls have never seen before.
You ever get nervous? You nervous at all?
I am not nervous. I'm anxious, but more so than anything, I want to make sure that the girls are as prepared as possible. That's my job as the head coach. I told them a few days ago, I feel like we're about a week behind in preparation due to the weather mainly. With multiple rainouts, we lost 4 games in a matter of 5 or 6 days, and also the timing of the weather and the weather systems that came in, we really weren't able to practice either. So we've been able to get a few smaller practices in terms of timing and who we're bringing together, pitchers and catchers particularly, to get a little extra work in preparation. But I'm certainly anxious to play this game, as I know what it means for our team and our school community. But I won't be nervous until probably once the game starts.
Thank you, Coach. Always appreciate it, and good luck.
Thanks, Nathaniel. See you a little later, man. Appreciate it.
That is David Lauk. He's the head coach of the Roncalli softball team. Tonight, taking on New Palestine at Indian Creek, second round of sectionals. We'll talk more about it after this. Pat Crosley rejoins. This is the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show on the Roncalli Media Network.
For reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Anne and Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Anne and Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Anne and Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Anne and Bartram, 317-889-9574.
Looking to make your brand stand out? Turn to Business Art Designs, celebrating over 35 years in the sign industry since 1990. As the official sign supplier of the Indianapolis Indians, they bring unmatched expertise to every project. From eye-catching temporary signage for any event, to durable, permanent signs that leave a lasting impression. Visit them on Main Street in the heart of downtown Beech Grove. Business Art Designs, proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics.
Discover the Coin Index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the Coin Index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
Gallagher's Pub and Eatery, your go-to spot before, after, and during all Roncalli events. As a family-owned and operated establishment, we take pride in offering a warm, friendly atmosphere where you can savor delicious pizza, fresh salads, mouth-watering wings, and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages. With 25 smart TVs around the venue, you'll catch every moment of the action and never miss a sporting event. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or celebrating a win, Gallagher's is the place.
Hey, welcome back. It is the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. We are at Indian Creek High School. By we, I mean myself and Pat Crosley here. This is the second round of Sectional 28, and these two teams in Roncalli and New Pal got here in two very different fashions, but beside the point, they are both humming. They are both feeling great, very confident. For Roncalli, it was a 16-0 win against Beech Grove yesterday, in which most of the starting lineup probably pulled after the second or third inning. As far as New Pal goes, tied, top of the seventh, 2 outs, bases loaded, and Kara Steele, the star hitter for the Dragons, puts one over the fence for her second grand slam of the season. They go on to beat Indian Creek, the host school, by the way, 7-4. So you've got one team that didn't really have to work all too hard to get out of here in 5 innings, and you get another team that it took nearly down to the wire. But beside the point, both teams are hot, humming, and feeling great heading into this second round of sectionals.
Yeah, you want to be right where they're at right now. You know, I heard and Coach Locke talking about in the pregame there about how everybody's feeling healthy, everybody's feeling confident. Didn't have school today, so they had some time to rest and ready to go. Let's hope that the New Pal bats stay a little bit quieter.
We'll take a look at these lineups. For Roncalli, it is brought to you by Indiana Electrical Services, handling all your electrical needs, big or small. And starting things off for the Royals of Roncalli, it is Elise Baker, the center fielder. She has been on an absolute tear this year, leads the team in most hitting categories, including a .543 batting average. Batting second will be Maggie Thorne. She is in left field. Mo Curtis behind the dish. Benny Leffler at first base. She bats cleanup. Then fifth will be Jazz Lawson, the star. We could call her a star now. The star freshman who's been absolutely insane this second half of the season. More on her as we go, the shortstop. Then Brooke Wolford, the right fielder. After that, Sarah Hoffman, the third baseman, bats seventh. Eighth will be Lucy Perry, the designated player. And batting ninth, Lola Morelli, the second baseman. Those are the lineups for Roncalli. Pitching today for the Royals will be their ace, Kayla Brewer. More on her and the rest of this lineup as we go. Indiana Electrical Services with Roncalli alums Jeff Russell and David Moran. Proud to serve you. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit. When we take a look at the starting pitcher today in the circle here for Roncalli, Kayla Brewer's been fantastic this season. A 3.14 ERA, 12-3 is her record, and most recently, pitching yesterday, 7 strikeouts in 3 innings of work before she was pulled because they had such a big lead. Only allowed 2 hits. Really impressive.
Yeah, she's been playing well all season. Obviously, her stats prove that. And she's been around a little bit. She's played some games, so she knows what this is all about. She knows what she needs to bring today, so I'm excited to watch her pitch.
And you know what? We talked about it in the pregame interview with Coach Lauk, with Elise Baker, and with Benny Leffler, the 2-star seniors at the plate. But you could throw Kayla Brewer right up there as well. She is a star pitcher as a senior. This is her last run, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of motivation there. When we talk about the starting lineups here for New Pal, we'll run through them. Brought to you by Premier Outdoor Power Sports. For work or play, this is your place. And for New Pal, much like Roncalli, with their star pitcher, Kayla Brewer, who has certainly the stuff to shut down a game, in the circle for New Pal is Sadie Hughbanks. You might recognize her as the star on the basketball court, but she very well might be a better softball player. Headed to Marian University. Her numbers are outstanding. A 2.89 ERA, 14-4 is her record, and it will certainly be a challenge for Roncalli to hit such a high-caliber pitcher today.
Yeah, definitely. They've seen her pitch before. They've seen many pitchers like her before, so they're locked in. They know what to expect, but it's still a challenge because this is another level, and Sadie's going to bring it, I think.
And she did pitch the complete game not only last night, but also last year in the sectional championship game when New Pal defeated Roncalli. Just another added layer. She also a senior. Leading things off for the Dragons will be Morgan Hutchinson. She plays out in left field. Second in the batting order is Peyton Dye, the 400 hitter. She is a third baseman. Batting third will be Sadie Miller with a big bat. She plays shortstop. Cleanup, maybe the biggest bat on the team, at a grand slam yesterday in a tie game with 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. You will hear me utter that phrase quite a bit today. Some incredible stuff from Kara Steele, the first baseman. Batting fifth will be Claire Fitzgerald. She plays on second base. Sixth, the center fielder. That would be Callie Cromwell, the designated player. She also bats. Seventh, it is Amber Hurt. And then behind the dish, batting 8th, Lindsey Gooden. Bottom of the lineup, right field where she plays, that will be Kenna Tweedy. And a pitcher, of course, as we mentioned, is Sadie Hughbanks. Those lineups brought to you by Premier Outdoor Power Sports for motorcycles, both on and off-road, side-by-sides, ATVs, power equipment, and more. Basically everything in Pat Crosley's garage. You can find it online at PremierOutdoorPowersports.com or visit in person on US 31, just down the road from here in Whiteland. Game time weather, Pat, is certainly a lot better than maybe it looked a couple of hours ago. We were questioning this afternoon whether or not we'd get this game in. It is a turf field, but it is cloudy. We've had on and off rain. I'm sure your drive in, you were met with a little bit of rain on the interstate. I certainly was on my way in, but it seems to have subsided, at least for now. Cloudy, 72 degrees, and maybe a little humid, but certainly some good conditions compared to what we might have thought we were going to get.
Oh, definitely. I brought my raincoat, even though I'm inside. I just don't want to walk out in the rain. No, I got some sprinkles on the way down here, but this is perfect softball weather. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. There's not a lot of wind blowing. It's just no advantage, really, other than just nice, cool weather. It's like the race day weather.
Oh, absolutely. And that, again, another example where we thought we might be in trouble, and it was basically dry the whole day. So we'll see if that continues for this contest tonight. We are a little delayed as we look around for the trio of umpires, and they now make their parade in. Game time weather, by the way, brought to you by Whitetail Properties, where you can turn your real estate dreams into reality. Bill and Jay Miner are your go-to real estate experts. Hunting, farming, lakeside, or just a home nestled on acreage. You can call these proud Roncalli alums or visit whitetailproperties.com. Nearly ready to get underway here. Pat, we've set the stage, but what stands out to you about this matchup tonight?
I'm just looking forward to it's a rematch. The last time I was on the air with you was back in 20 days ago. They played New Palestine, came to Roncalli, and we played them there, and we were able to beat them 6-3. We were talked about Sadie Hughbanks pitching. She pitched in that game a little bit. She only pitched about an inning and a half, but she was pretty effective toward the end of the game. She held us. She helped us from scoring after we put up a 6 spot, and then she kind of shut us down. So the girls have seen her this season, 20 days ago. They've seen her in the past, last year. So it's we talk about the hype between the pitchers and all that, and it's there and it's real. But I think you got to have a little bit of confidence if you're one of the Royals, Lady Royals playing tonight, because you've seen her before and you know what to expect.
And that was an interesting dynamic because Eubanks being the star, and she was the girl that was in the circle the entire contest when New Pal beat Roncalli in the sectional finals last season. But I think that Coach Markham, Ed Markham, by the way, over 500 wins, second in the state of Indiana in softball. I think he wanted to hide Eubanks maybe a little bit and throw somebody else out there against the Royals that game 20 days ago. So we had Ava LaPenta start. The Royals got to her pretty quick. It was a back-and-forth game, but they really got their offense going early. So then he brought Eubanks in, and like you mentioned, they really got to Eubanks and got her out of the game rather quickly after after she came in relief. So it is something where I think the Royals have some confidence. Had she not pitched that game, then you go in with a psychological warfare thinking, shoot, this is the girl that ended our season last year. What do we do?
Yeah, exactly. And I know coaches talked to them about that, and the seniors have talked to the underclassmen, and there's a quiet confidence, I'm sure, from the players. And just as soon as we get this coaches a little conference going here, we can get ourselves ready to start playing. I'm not sure why we had the big delay, but we had one, so here we go.
Well, we're going to talk about what is potentially to happen today, either for the second time in history the Royals accomplished something, or for the 22nd straight year the Dragons accomplished something. We'll tell you about that, and then we'll hit first pitch after this. You are listening to a presentation of the Roncalli Media Network.
Greenwood Vision Care, your vision is our priority. Dr. Olivia Yankee, Roncalli alum class of 2009, and her team treats you like family with expert eye exams, stylish frames, and personalized care. No rush, no hassle, just friendly service and sharp vision. Isn't it time you saw clearly and felt confident? Call Greenwood Vision Care today at 317-653-5872 to schedule your appointment. Greenwood Vision Care, where eye care feels like home.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
Welcome back to Indian Creek High School with Pat Crosley. I am Nathaniel Finch. They announced the starters. We are set to get underway. No national anthem because of the game that we just watched earlier on. In fact, will be who the Royals or the Dragons play 2 days from now in the sectional championship at Indian Creek High School. Now we are just about set to get underway, and as teased twice now in our Indianapolis Fruit pregame show. Pat, I know you're on the edge of your seat to hear this one. If Roncalli wins today, it would be just the second time ever that the Royals beat New Pal twice in a season. The only other time you can guess it, 2022, when they went undefeated and won their second consecutive state championship. The year before, lost to them, one of their only 2 losses all season, so that this would be the one time without star pitcher Keegan Rothrock in the circle that the Royals would ever have beaten New Pal twice in the same season. Big deal between two teams that play each other. It feels like almost twice a year.
Well, certainly, and you want to play the best to be the best during the season, and coming into the sectional, you're going to have to go through these ladies. So it's game on. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And so here we are.
History also on the line for the Dragons. Manager Ed Markham talked about it. Over 500 wins, second ranked in the state of Indiana. And his squad looks for its 22nd straight season with 20 or more wins. They're at 19 now.
Wow.
So should they beat the Royals, then they keep Roncalli from that bit of history. But if the opposite is true and David Lauk gets the last laugh, then now it breaks a long streak for one of the best programs in Central Indiana softball. Pretty incredible. And you heard David Lauk talk about in that pregame interview how much of a mentor Ed Markham is to him. And, these are certainly two teams very familiar with each other. Certainly not much of a better matchup we could have picked for this great Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ed Markham. He's a great man, but unfortunately I'd like to see his record fall for this game.
Well, they've now announced the lineups for both squads. The coaches and umpires meeting is long over, and we are ready to get this one underway. Roncalli will be listed, despite being a neutral game, as the home team on the scoreboard, so we will see New Pal bring their bats out to work first.
Okay, it's a good thing we got lights here at this stadium. It's getting a little dark. It's a little overcast, and we're going to start here at 7:45. It looks like we might be here a little while, into the dark time.
Pat, it is time to name our key player tonight, somebody that you are going to keep an eye on every time they come up to bat, every time they're in the circle, anytime we call their name. It is brought to you by Kids Abilities. No limits, only possibilities. And Pat, what do you think our key player on the Royal lineup?
Well, I'm going to go with, oh golly, there's too many choices. I'm going to go with Mo Curtis because I think she's got an incredible bat, and I think she's the catcher, and she plays with a lot of intensity behind the plate there, and I think she's going to come up and get some good hits today and be just a solid backstop today for Kayla.
She was fantastic last season, named All-County as a sophomore. She's been great all year, but Pat, to your point, 5 home runs in the last 8 games. That is absolutely incredible. She enters on a 6-game hit streak. Partner, you and I on the same page. Don't think there are certainly plenty of options to choose for our key player, but keying in on Mo Curtis, a great idea. And now she's behind the dish, getting Kayla Brewer warmed up as we are just about set to get underway in Sectional 28. Round number 2, Roncalli and New Pal. A couple more warm-up pitches, and we will be set. Your key player, brought to you by Kids Abilities, pediatric occupational speech and feeding therapy for children from birth to 21. Going beyond therapy, unlocking each child's full potential. That is at kidsabilitiesindiana.com.
Shout out to our listeners on the YouTube tonight. Got a couple in Chicago, one in Chicago listening to us. It's we're statewide. We are Midwest wide here at Indian Creek tonight.
In a beautiful facility. And now we are set and ready to go and up to the plate for the first time to get us started. Pitch number 1 leaves the hand of Kayla Brewer, sails up a bit high. It is ball 1 for Morgan Hutchinson. Batting over 300 on the season, the left-hander awaits the pitch and leaves it alone, but that too similar spot is too high for ball 2.
I like our vantage point here. We're right behind the plate, obviously, and we're a little lower than normal, so it's get a pretty good angle here.
This is a beautiful facility here, just 3 or 4 years old at Indian Creek, as pitch number 3 does catch the far outside corner of the plate for strike number 1. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the next offering. Showed the barrel as if to bunt, left it alone, maybe regretting it. It crosses for strike 2. So the count even at 2 apiece.
This is a fine field. It's a great facility. It's a fine field. You got a little turf. It's very nice.
Here's the 2-2 offering from Brewer. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1. What a way to start off this contest as Hutchinson sent back to the dugout.
That ball broke about 6 feet toward the batter. It was just a slurve. It just came right into the right outside in and couldn't keep up with it.
Brewer threw 7 strikeouts last night, scoreless pitching against Beech Grove. By the way, just in 3 innings. And here's her next one, but it leaves a little high for the right-hander Peyton Dye. She is a third baseman out in the field. She has a huge bat, batting .400. The NC State commit awaits pitch number 2 and swings on it and sends a short dribbler onto the turf field of the third baseman. Making the play is Hoffman, sending it across the diamond to Benny Leffler for out number 2. The throw in time, though she had to climb a little bit for it. That is the advantage of having the height that Benny Leffler has. Boy, she's got to be 6 foot out there, and she makes the play.
Yep. Sarah made a nice play on the ball. She just kind of let it sail a little bit out of her hand, but you got a good first baseman. Doesn't matter.
Going to have a conversation here between the 2 umpires. They will agree and head back now. 0-0 the start. Top of the first, sectional round 2 action here at Indian Creek High School. It is the Roncalli Royals in the field with 2 outs now to their name. And up to bat will be the 3rd woman up for the Dragons of New Palestine. It is Sadie Miller.
I think Coach Markham was looking for interference on that play. Yeah, I see umpires about it.
First pitch of this at-bat to Miller, right down the middle and a little slower, left alone. That is strike 1.
Yeah, so when Benny caught that ball, she jumped in the air. She kind of landed on the first base line, so maybe that's what he's asking about.
Sadie Miller swings at this one, sends it into the gap left field, down for the game's first hit. She's going to round over to second. The throw cut off. She slides in, or rather dives in head first, and we have our first double. Sadie Miller, plenty of those this season. Batting nearly 400, she has been outstanding, and she has another one.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch, or a nice hit. Ball came in kind of slow, and Sadie waited on it and just kind of poked it right over shortstop's head, right into the green turf area.
This will bring up now Kara Steele. 2 outs, but a runner on second and Miller. She'll await as a right-hander. The pitch from Kayla Brewer leaves it alone. It's below the zone. And as talented as Brewer is and as great as this Roncalli team has been all season, ranked 5th in Class 3A, you knew that you weren't going to get a shutout against the Dragons, or at least a no-hitter. So no surprise there, even with 2 outs, that Miller was able to find one pretty early on.
Yeah, definitely. He's got, the umpire says it's 1-1 for the count. Yeah.
Steele awaits the third pitch. It is definitely a ball. This one a little too high.
Yeah, 2-1.
So now the count's at 2-1.
I thought he called that first ball a strike, but sometimes my eyes deceive me. I wasn't looking out the bifocal of my lens. I might have missed it.
When you get some binoculars out.
Oh, I'm not that old.
Here's the 2-1. It is the top far corner of the zone, and it sneaks in and grabs a piece of it.
Yeah, this umpire's got a late strike call.
He does.
He's not dramatic about it, but he takes his time.
Kind of like the way that he arrived to the ballpark today, you could say.
Well, they had a meeting.
The 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second leaves the zone. Now the count is full. Kayla Brewer, top of the first, 0-0 the score, with now a full count and 2 outs against Kara Steele, the batter for New Palestine, who, by the way, the hero last night. 7th inning with 2 outs, hit a grand slam. But here she is rung up looking right down the middle of the plate. She didn't even offer at it. And that is how we end the top of the first inning. We do have 1 hit, but no runs scored. We head to the bottom of the first, still scoreless, from Indian Creek High School. Sectional action continues on the Roncalli Media Network.
Need the job done right? Trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of 99, and David Moran, class of 94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you, or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
The score is 0-0 as we return here at Indian Creek High School through half an inning of play. Now the Roncalli bats on the way out. 2 strikeouts for Kayla Brewer at the top of that first, including the one with the count full just a few moments ago. That is how the Royals now come up to the plate. Elise Baker, the star center fielder, leads in nearly every hitting category, and the left-handed center fielder steps up to the plate. She will face a familiar foe, but one of the best pitchers in Central Indiana, if not the state. It is Sadie Hughbanks, and we are set to start the bottom of the first inning.
The Royals, the center fielder, number 4, Elise Baker.
First pitch outside, swung on and sent foul into the turf, but out of play. Game ball today brought to you by Skip Cheeseman Dental Services. Smile with confidence for all your dental needs. You can call Dr. Cheeseman at Skip Cheeseman DDS in Plainfield. Call or visit online at cheesemandds.com. Here's the 0-1 for Baker. She'll swing at this one. Similar result. This goes immediately into the turf and down for a foul ball.
I like it. Elise is out there getting her swings in, not taking any pitches. If it looks good, she's going to swing at it. I like it. I like being aggressive at the plate, especially leadoff batter. She's got all the speed in the world.
this season has stolen 13 of her 13 attempts on the base paths. She's trying to get there now, as she so often does, but has to dig out of an 0-2 hole. This pitch outside for a ball, so now it is 1-2 for Sadie Eubanks, who certainly loves to pitch with an advantage. Big swing and a full miss here. Baker set down swinging.
Yeah, that ball's a little
Stepping
outside.
up to the plate now, the left fielder.
A little bit outside,
11,
but I like the
Maggie
aggressiveness.
Thorne.
You can't complain if they go down swinging.
Maggie Thorne, the left fielder, now up to bat. Thorne this season, .358, a very impressive batting average, and the lefty swings a bat up above her head with an out. Taps this one right over to Dye, the third baseman. Easy throw across the infield, and there is 2 down, just like we had at the top of the first.
For out, number 2.
In fact, the exact same scenario.
Pretty much.
Stepping up to the plate now, the catcher, number 13.
And if
Mo
you remember,
Curtis.
top of the first, third batter, put it into the outfield for a double. We'll see what Mo Curtis can do. We talked about her as our Kids Abilities player to watch, with how outstanding she has been swinging a bat of late. And now the right-hander awaits the first pitch. Here it comes. Right down the middle. It is strike 1.
Yeah, that ball had a little movement, but not a whole lot. But it was fat right down the middle.
Curtis batting just shy of 400 on the season, among the leaders on the Royal roster. And now the junior right-hander awaits. Watches the second pitch, and this one also across the zone. And now Sadie Eubanks again with an 0-2 advantage.
Well, she's been inside, now she's been outside. We'll see what this pitch does.
Here's the 0-2 from Eubanks. This is sent high and foul out of play, as a young gentleman out in the crowd thought about trying to catch that, decided against it.
Yeah, it's a business decision. You don't want to break a finger. Ball's come faster than you think.
So now the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. We have 2 outs and nobody on. 0-0 the score. Bottom of the first. New pal pitching to Roncalli's Mo Curtis. She'll leave this one alone, and it is well off the plate.
That was very similar to the pitch to the one that was called strike 2, but it was a little bit more outside. So good eye, Mo Curtis.
And she will step back in front of the dish. Here is the 1-2 count with 2 outs. Eubanks winds up. This is ripped foul right in the turf, but immediately out of play. Right over to Coach Lauk in his coaching box. Roncalli, the home team, so they are down the third baseline dugout. New pal, the visitors, down the first baseline. Could have deduced that one on your own.
It's hard to see on the YouTube screen that doesn't change.
that is correct. Bringing you audio coverage all the way to the state championship, both softball and baseball, as always. Here's a big swing, and Sadie Eubanks takes off her face mask and shouts as she draws another strikeout victim. 1, 2, 3 we go in the bottom of the first, as Curtis back to the dugout as the Royals get set to come out for inning number 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Second inning after this. With Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch on the Roncalli Media Network.
Comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Welcome back here at Indian Creek High School with Pat Crosley. I'm Nathaniel Finch. 0-0 the score. We've seen 7 batters, and 6 of them have been retired. Now set to start inning number 2, where New Pal will bring up its cleanup hitter, or actually the 5th hitter in the lineup, That would be
Leading
Claire
off for the
Fitzgerald.
Dragons, the second baseman, number 30, Claire Fitzgerald.
Kayla Brewer back into the circle and set for inning number 2, and the first pitch high up outside of the zone.
It's hard to lay off those high ones. That was just about chin high, a little lower than that. It was right down the middle, a little bit high.
Fitzgerald awaits the second offering. This one down and inside for a strike.
Yeah, he likes that corner.
He also likes to take his time on the strike call, so you might hear a little bit of a hesitation from us on the mic from time to time as we await. This third pitch was a no-doubter, well up and outside of the zone. Brewer first inning action, 2 strikeouts, including the final one looking full count. She didn't allow one hit. It was a double. And now this one swung on and sent high, and Pat Crossley threw his glove up to try to catch it, but it hits the net. Foul ball. It's a 2-2 count.
I had it. I was going to call it. I had it. It's got the window open here, and it's coming right at me, so I'm ready to go.
At what age is it maybe a little less acceptable to bring a glove to the diamond? I'll ask you that in a minute. First, here's one driven well into center field. Stepping under it, making the catch, Elise Baker, right on that beautiful red and blue IC logo painted on the turf at center field. 200-foot fence and a big old mound behind it with a lot of spectators out there. It is a full house tonight here at Indian Creek, but there is one away. Top of the second, 0-0 still the score.
To answer your question, there is no maximum age to bring a glove to a baseball game.
You think?
No, it doesn't matter who you are. You bring your glove if you want to.
Okay.
I'm pretty egalitarian about that. Bring it.
I might be a little bit. I think once you become an adult, once you're 18, and if I see you bringing a glove, I'm just going to look at you a little bit different.
Well, you still got a hand open for a beer. I mean, you're okay.
That's fair. And maybe it says more about me than it does the person with the glove. Here's one nubbed high off the handle, right to the third baseman, and Hoffman. She takes 2 steps and makes a routine catch. And now we have 2 down in the top of the second. The score remains 0-0. That was Cromwell, who is now set down with a pop-up. And it brings up Amber Hurt, just shy of 300. Her batting average, though, last night, 0 for 3 in the win against Indian Creek. She'll look for a hit here. High up and outside of the zone for ball 1.
So you're talking baseball. If on this day in 1990, the Philadelphia Phillies retired Mike Schmidt's number in 1990. So
beneath for ball.
My question for you is, what was his number? That's the trivia for today, for now. Mike Schmidt played for the Phillies forever, played third base.
Yep. 2-0.
And I know I'm pulling 70s and 80s baseball here.
Yeah, I was not even a thought.
Yeah, I know.
In the 70s or 80s.
Fair. It's not fair. It was 20. He's number 20. So there's no.
I wouldn't have got there.
I know. It's not. It's more for. Oh, hello.
This one sent high up and foul out of play. My thought process there, Pat, I was thinking about all the numbers currently on the roster, and I was really digging deep, trying to think if I could come up with a baseball card image in my mind, and I couldn't do it.
Mustache.
I couldn't do it. The mustache did appear. Here's the 2-2. Up and out of the zone, count full.
See, that question was for one of our fans who's over by St. Francis and Clare listening in right now.
I like that.
Or he could be up in Culver, Indiana. I don't know where he is half the time, but he's probably listening, and he's right there now yelling, 20, 20.
Here's the payoff pitch. Another one sent foul high up and out of play. 3-2 remains the count. Kayla Brewer certainly can run up some higher pitch numbers from time to time. Now, it doesn't matter in softball, but I just mean that to be we will see maybe walking the line of a strikeout and a walk from time to time. And she might have to battle after putting up a couple of early balls. This one is a liner into the outfield. Rolls about 3 times before it is scooped up by the center fielder, Elise Baker. And there, for the second consecutive inning, is a 2-out hit for New Pal.
Stepping up to the plate.
So Hurt reaches. She has a single. And that will bring up Lindsey Gooden.
That was a nice at bat by Amber Hurt. She worked full count and then found a pitch she could drive right in the 4-hole there into the green.
Hit a lot more green than I did the entire golf outing that I took over the weekend in one swing. As now Hurt over to second because she was Gooden, that is, hit by a pitch.
Now the right fielder,
So runners on
37,
first and second with 2
20.
outs. The first pitch grazing the hand there of Gooden. Not quite what Brewer had drawn up, and now she has a little bit of a jam to work out of, but nothing unmanageable with 2 outs. 0-0 is the score. Top of the second we are. And at the bottom of the lineup, it is Kenna Tweedy with 2 on.
It's a courtesy runner at first base. Tessa Moore's running for the catcher, Lindsey Gooden. So she's at first base.
We will get that one sorted out on the diamond. That is what the pause right now is about. The umpire writing on his pad.
Today is National Paper Airplane Day in the United States. So when you get home tonight, make yourself a paper airplane.
Well, why wait? I've got a piece of paper right here I can start messing with.
All right, see how far you can throw that thing.
First pitch of this AB swung on and missed. A nice offering from Brewer, and couldn't touch it was Tweedy. Now the 0-1.
And if we were in Poland, it'd be Mother's Day. It's Mother's
that
Day
right?
in Poland today, yeah.
Here's the 0-1, high up and out of the zone. Brewer taps her chest saying, that's on me. We'll try it again. Here's the 1-1.
You got the 9-hitter up. You want to put her in a place where she can't hit the ball. Get her ground out or get her to strike out, especially with 2 outs.
The 1-1 in the zone for strike number 2.
We got her right where you want her, Miss Brewer. What can you do here?
With a runner on first and second. Out of the zone, count even at 2 apiece. Now, I know you said Poland, but what about other countries in the region? Does Sweden recognize Mother's Day? Does Felix Rosenquist have to call his mother today?
I think he may have called her already after the big win this Saturday on Sunday, but maybe.
Here's the break even. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and another strikeout. Delivered by Kayla Brewer, this time with 2 runners on base. So we have a hit by pitch, but ultimately the strikeout ends the top of the second. We head to the bottom after that. Maybe a little bit of race talk after this with Pat Crosley. I'm Nathaniel Finch. 0-0 we remain. Bottom of the second next as the Royals get their bats going on the Roncalli Media Network.
Heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets? Look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your 4-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarborlane.com to learn more.
At Kids Abilities, we believe in one simple truth: no limits, only possibilities. Our dedicated team offers pediatric occupational, speech, and feeding therapy focused on sensory regulation, building intrinsic motivation, and making meaningful connections for children from birth to 21. We go beyond therapy. We support families, celebrate achievements, and unlock each child's fullest potential. Kids Abilities, where possibilities become realities. Visit Kids Abilities Indiana.
Number 14, Benny Leffler.
As you hear over the PA announcer, that will bring up Benny Leffler for the Roncalli Royals. Here's one, swung on first pitch, it goes foul. Just barely, it rolled down the first baseline. It was going to be a mad charge down to the bag, and then it took an awkward bounce off the turf and went foul.
Had that lucky spin, keep it out of play, because that would have been an easy out for the Dragons.
Leffler with a .416 batting average, which is incredible for somebody with the power and the bat that she holds. Here is the 0-1 offering from Sadie Hughbanks, the new Pal pitcher. The score is 0-0. We are in the bottom of the second inning in the second round of Sectional 28. And for Leffler, we talk about this power for the Ohio University commit. .818 is her slugging percentage, and that is just otherworldly. And what that translates to in baseball nerd terms, the amount of bases that you collect every at-bat, nearly 1 per is incredible.
It's a fact. She took a chop at ball 1, but that's okay. Stayed alive.
And 6 home runs, second on the team, that's incredible. But she leads the team in walks as well. She is great. Obviously, when you have the power, you are well respected, but she also has the patience. She will need to display it here. Is this another one foul? 0-2. Eubanks ahead in the count. She twitched at it, but left alone. The outside ball one.
Yeah, I'd like to see Benny get a little contact here, get this inning started right.
The count's at 1-2 for Benny Leffler. And the lefty, the towering first baseman, awaits and then leaves ball 2 alone. And you wonder, Pat, multiple times, I mean, she's retired 3 straight in Eubanks, but she has gotten ahead 0-2, has Sadie Eubanks, nearly every batter. True. Is that strategy on the Royals, to your point of being aggressive, or is that just how good of a darn pitcher she is? Here's the break even. It is in the turf. The count's back to full.
I think it's a little bit of both. She's going to throw strikes because she wants to strike people out, but she's also crafty, and she's going to try and get you to chase something as well. So being aggressive.
Waits for the payoff pitch, and here it comes right down the middle. High heat. It is swung on and chopped foul right into the net behind Ms. Benny Leffler. Leffler last night 1 for 3 with an RBI, scoring a run in the 16-0 win against Beech Grove, in which the starting lineup only saw 3 at-bats for the most part. Here's another 3-2. Another result very similar to the previous. It is hit on the handle of the bat and sent directly back into the net for a foul ball. We try it again.
Yeah, we sit up here and we think you just swung at ball 4, but when you're standing there, that looked really close. So you got to put the bat on it.
The count's full 3-2. This is the first batter of the bottom of the second. We remain scoreless at Indian Creek High School. Here's Eubanks, the new Pal pitcher. Down the middle of the zone, swung on, and again sent foul directly back into the net. This net getting plenty of work. It is only a couple of years old and a beautiful, nearly brand new facility here at Indian Creek. I mean, it's got to be the best park, at least in Johnson County. One of the best, if not the best, I'd say, in central Indiana.
Pristine.
Here's the 3-2. This one in the dirt, you could say. It is down on the turf, and that is a walk for Benny Leffler, her team-leading 11th of the season.
That was a great at-bat. Swinging at balls that are close and staying alive. Awesome. Now we have a courtesy runner, I think, for, well, maybe not. Coach Locke's he's shifty. He does all kinds of things.
And how about that, too, that Eubanks got ahead 0-2 in the count. And Leffler just battled and then eventually draws a walk. Jazz Lawson is due up as now Lauk wants to come out and have a word with the umpires you mentioned. He now pulls out his notebook and notates something.
Batting out for the Royals, number 3, Lauren Candler.
We have our first substitution already. Jazz Lawson was due up, the freshman shortstop, and instead we will see Lauren Candler come up.
I don't know this, so I shouldn't say it, but at the beginning of the game, we were a little delayed because the umpires were talking to Jazz Lawson and Coach Lauk. And I don't know if there's some equipment problem or some other kind of problem where she isn't able to compete or to bat. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything. But I don't get paid anything at all, but if I got paid to guess, that would be my guess. Either way.
We will report in the next inning whether.
Either way, Lauren Candler is solid. Yes. So.
We'll report whoever is over at shortstop. Here's Candler, lays down a bunt. Maybe that's why. Here's the toss over to first. It is successful to get Candler out, but also successful moves Leffler over to second. And maybe that was the thought, that he just wanted the senior to lay down the bunt instead of the freshman. And it will bring up Brooke Wolford.
Now batting for the Royals, the right fielder, number 5.
That was an excellent
Brooke
bunt. Obviously to move the runner. But to also make it so that you can't make a play at second. It was just a well-placed bunt.
Now one out, bottom of the second. Scoreless for now, but Leffler stands on second. Brooke Wolford, left-hander, swings at the first pitch, sent high infield, making the catch is the shortstop Miller. And now 2 down. Leffler awaits patiently on second. Sarah Hoffman comes up to the plate.
Sadie Miller with the catch.
Hoffman receives a word from Wolford and now takes a practice swing before she steps into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the first pitch from Eubanks. Swung on just like the last. Put up into foul territory but playable. Calling off the first baseman. Fitzgerald, the second baseman, makes the play. And now 3 straight retired from Eubanks after the leadoff walk from Benny Leffler. We remain scoreless. Top of the third we go next as the New Pal Dragons lineup flips back to the top to start inning number 3. Right here with Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch on the Roncalli Media Network.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldhoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldhoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldhoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
When it comes to coin laundry, Laundry and Tan Connection stands out as Indiana and Kentucky's biggest and best. With cleaner, more spacious and user-friendly facilities, they lead the way in laundry services. But that's not all. They're also the area's premier tanning salon, offering top-notch tanning facilities at competitive prices and the best hours around. Discover why Laundry and Tan Connection is the top choice for both laundry and tanning by visiting laundryandtan.com today.
We're back on the Roncalli Media Network with Pat Crosley. I'm Nathaniel Finch. We knew we were in for a good one, and so far through 2 innings, that has been the case. The Marian University scoreboard remains unchanged as the Royals now into the field. Top of the third, offering from Kayla Brewer is bunted, but bunted foul. At the top of the lineup, it is Morgan Hutchinson. So now the infield on alert, playing a little bit in. Everybody in their normal positions, just about 6 steps closer to the bag. Here's another one. Slapped bunt right in front of the plate. Throw over to first, not in time, though it was close. But Lola Morelli somehow ended up on her back from that throw from the third baseman and Hoffman, and it will be a laid-down bunt single to start off the 3rd inning.
I think Lola Morelli's moved to shortstop, and that was Lauren Candler at second.
There it is.
Made that play.
There it is. And we talked about how we could have something fishy with Lawson listed as a starter, but not up to bat. The score is 0-0. It is Peyton Dye up to the plate. Last time up, she grounded out to Hoffman, the third baseman, who just tried to make that play and threw nearly in time, but couldn't quite get it to go. Now with the leadoff runner aboard for the first time today for New Pal. Can Peyton Dye make them pay? A 400 hitter this season. How about her game yesterday against Indian Creek? The NC State commit went 4 for 4, a pair of doubles and a pair of runs. And she sees a trio of balls to start this at bat.
That's a good game yesterday for her, obviously.
And she has strung together a lot of good games this season. One of the team's best hitters now in the 2-hole. Ball 4. We had 4 consecutive outside of the zone. Brewer takes a look over to the dugout. Gives a motion of, all right, I'll calm down, I got this. And now we are ready.
Been here before.
For Sadie Miller. Hutchinson stands on second. Dye now stands on first with no outs. Scoreless for now on that Marion scoreboard. Top of the 3rd inning. And Miller, the .393 batting average, the right-handed hitter into the box. First pitch leaves the zone. It's ball 1. The next offering from Brewer on the way. It's the 1-0. This one popped up high to right field. Could move the runners depending on the throw. She'll go over to third. Here's the throw. Lasered over to Hoffman. Wolford made the catch and got the out, but could not get the throw in time. So at least moving a runner over, and Hutchinson, we've got him on the corners with 1 out. Top of the 3rd, 0-0 for now. But it is Kara Steele who has 6 home runs on the season, including 2 yesterday. What can she do here with an out and a mound visit from David Lauk, the Roncalli alum, class of 94, in his 18th season, over 400 wins on the year.
So setting up some strategy here. Talk about who's up, what we're doing, where the ball's going to go, what's happening.
High school sports are an
Born on this day, 1907.
We need your help so the youth in our community
John Wayne.
How about that?
John Wayne's birthday.
And many other opportunities.
Happy birthday, Duke.
It is a full-on meeting at the pitching circle for Lauk. Now he'll march his way back over to his third base dugout. Claps for the infield. Ready to get underway, and the pitcher remains Kayla Brewer. We have known Coach Lauk to have a quick trigger on pitching changes, but he doesn't mind letting Brewer do her thing.
I think there's a sense of trust there. He trusts that she knows what's going on and she knows what she needs to do, and he trusts her to execute that. There's nobody in the bullpen warming up for the Royals. So give her a vote of confidence and let's play ball.
Home plate umpire will now march his way back to his position. Kara Steele awaits her chance to get some revenge. Last time up, top of the first inning, struck out looking to end the inning. Here's the first pitch, and it goes right down the middle. Whatever Coach Lauk said, it seemed to have worked. Brewer offers a strike.
Yeah, that was a I'm back pitch. Here it comes. Try and hit this.
Runners on the corners with an out. Newpal up to the plate. Top of the third inning, scoreless for now. Here's the next pitch. Swung on. Sent to Hoffman, the third baseman, on a grounder over to first. Throw in time. Run scores. Hutchinson crosses the plate and breaks the scoreless tie on the Marion scoreboard. It now reads 1-0 for the visiting team on the scoreboard here. Sectional action. Newpal takes the early lead, just like they did 20 days ago when these two teams played at Roncalli. They strike first and now have a runner on second. And Peyton Dye, and it is Fitzgerald up to the plate. First offering swung on, sent foul back into the net. Great throw under pressure for Hoffman. If that one was late, we would have a much different tune right now. But the objective for Brewer, get one batter out with 2 outs.
That's right. So you focus on the batter and sit her down.
Fitzgerald swings at this one, high up and down. It is in the outfield. A runner could score. The throw over to home, cut off. And now the throw to second, trying to catch a runner stealing. Also safe there. So the new score is 2-0. Newpal jumps out with a pair so far in the top of the third inning. Fitzgerald then reaches and then runs over to second. A nice single there.
That's a nice piece of hitting right over the outstretched arms of Lola Morelli at short. Cutoff throw got a little bit whomper-jawed there, little slantendicular, but Royals have the same situation, same setup, 2 outs, runner on second. So let's get this one done.
After this pitch, I need to hear both of those terms again. Here it is, swung on, sent high, infield pop-up, making the catch. Benny Leffler ending the inning, but the damage done. 2 tallies marked for Newpal. They lead 2-0 on the Marion scoreboard over Roncalli. The Royals get a chance to respond after this. Bottom of the third next. Can't wait to hear what Pat Crosley just said and has to say. More in a moment on the Roncalli Media Network.
Marion University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marion University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marion University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marion.edu.
Since 1988, McGee & Company Fine Jewelers has been Greenwood's trusted, family-owned jeweler, helping you celebrate life's most memorable moments. From bridal sales and insurance appraisals to custom designs and expert repairs, we're a full-service jewelry store. And if you don't see exactly what you're dreaming of, our award-winning designers will create it just for you. McGee & Company Fine Jewelers, built on service, dedicated to quality. Visit us at 880 U.S. Highway 31 North in Greenwood, just across from the Greenwood Park Mall, or online at mcgeejewelers.com.
The new score from Indian Creek High School, 2-0 Newpal with the lead. It also led various points in the game 20 days ago at Roncalli High School. We'll see if the Royals can do what they did then, tie it up and then eventually take the lead. But first order of business, Pat Crosley, I thought you were a history teacher, not an English teacher.
Well, those words are somewhat old. Whomper-jawed, that's something that's just kind of crooked. A little bit not all where it needs to be.
Like the number that Newpal just put up.
You bet.
First 2 pitches of this at-bat, pitching to Lucy Perry for the first time today. Hughbanks leaves them both out of the zone. Uncharacteristic. She is now behind by a pair.
And if you go to like Green's Dictionary of Slang, slantendicular has been around for forever. It's just slantendicular, just a little bit off.
Just like this pitch from Hughbanks, which leaves the zone too high. Perry left it alone, was up to her chin level And now the count 3-0. Might we have a 4-pitch walk to start this off?
Oh, we can only hope.
Perry awaits. The designated player shows her barrel, pulls it back. Looked like a pretty pitch. Umpire doesn't like it. 4 consecutive puts Perry on for free.
All right, that's how you start an inning.
Of course, Benny Leffler walked to start the second, and then 3 consecutive out, and just a handful of pitches for Sadie Eubanks. So she doesn't feel uncomfortable. Lola Morelli at the bottom of the lineup shows her barrel, tries to move the runner over, and fouls it back into the first base dugout. So now 0-1's the count for Morelli.
That was a tough ball to bunt. It was down and in. She tried to get her bat down, and all she was able to do was make contact, throw it down first baseline. Just unfortunate pitch.
Here's the 0-1. Perry on first. Shows the barrel again. Sends it just barely foul. Could have been into the outfield the way that thing was rolling, but it was a little slantendicular, and it goes a poor angle out toward Coach Lauk in his third base box. Now 0-2.
That's one of them misfortunate deals right there. That was, if this was dirt field, that might have stayed fair.
Beautiful turf here at Indian Creek. Eubanks with the 0-2, and he rings her up. It is a called strike 3. Morelli didn't even think about moving the bat off of her right shoulder. She is now retired. And the lineup card flips Elise Baker, who struck out to start this game. Will try to do something a little bit more advantageous with a runner on first. It's the 3rd strikeout for Eubanks, who had 4 yesterday, pitched 7 full innings in the win in the first round. Here's the throw over to second. Sliding into second successfully. Then the ball caroms into the outfield, but no issues there as Lucy Perry stands up on second base with a stolen bag.
Yeah, she did the Superman dive there, got in. Ball got loose. Not loose enough to move to third base, though. Not loose enough. Today's also Miles Davis's birthday, 1926. A little trumpet solo for us today. A little conference at the mound. Today in racing history was the first ever 24-hour of Le Mans race. It's the longest running endurance race in the world. It's been going on for a long time. Can you guess what year it began? On this day.
On this day.
It's usually in June, but they started off in May.
Okay. Let me think. So we've had 110 Indianapolis 500s.
Yep. So it's the longest endurance race, not the longest race.
Here's the 1-0 from Eubanks. Pitches to Elise Baker. Leaves it alone outside of the zone for a 2-0. The score is 2-0. New Powell with the lead on Roncalli. Pitching in the bottom of the 3rd inning is Sadie Eubanks, and a runner on second. That is Lucy Perry. Baker awaits the 2-0. Outside of the zone, ball 3. I will say this race started post-World War II, so give me 1949.
Oh, no, you're off by about 26 years, 1923.
How about that? Down the middle of the plate. No chance that bat was going to leave Baker's shoulder no matter where it was placed. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Le Mans, they had the French Grand Prix there for a couple of years before the endurance race, and it's a really cool event.
3-1. 4-1, free base. First base was open, not anymore. Baker is aboard, and Maggie Thorne now on the way. After she grounded out in the top of the first. Of course, Eubanks retired the top 3 in order with 2 strikeouts to start the game. Knew she had a flamethrower. She put it on display. Now the Royals trying to get to her and potentially tie this game up or worse. With 2 runners on, down 2-0. Change up, crosses the plate. Big swing and a big miss for Thorne.
Yeah, she's trying to hit that to Edinburgh. She swung out of her shoes. But that was a fat pitch, but it's coming in real slow like a beach ball.
Here's the 0-1. It is out of the zone. Now the count even, and Eubanks with a sigh, shoulders sagged, looks down toward her catcher and Lindsey Gooden and just kind of sighs.
Yeah, I think she wanted that pitch.
Thorne back up to the plate, the 1-1. With an out, sends this one high up into right field. The fence is at 200. This one is caught at 195. The throw into the infield allows a runner to move over to third. Lucy Perry with 2 outs will stand on third base As Thorne puts a charge into this one, sends it high, but 0 wind. It drops just shy of the fence. And if it would have gone a little bit further, it might have been bouncing on top of Pat Crosley's car right now. Instead, Mo Curtis will come up with 2 outs.
I'd be fine with that. I need a new paint job, so put a big dent in that thing. I'm looking for hailstones. I'm looking for anything. I need a paint job.
As long as it's not a dragon to put a dent in it, right?
That's fair. Okay, I'll say that.
The right-handed Thorne, or rather Mo Curtis, into the batter's box. She has been red hot of late, as we described earlier. 5 home runs in the last 8 games. She would like to make a mess of Pat Crosley's car right now. With 2 outs, runners on the corners for Roncalli. Down by a pair of runs, bottom of the third. Big swing at this one, goes right into the gut of Dye. She'll corral it, send a laser over to Steele at first base, and end the inning with no trouble caused. Eubanks gets out of the jam. The Royals remain scoreless. It is 2-0. New Pal looks to add on to it after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1971. O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
No one cares about your home as much as you do. You deserve to be comfortable and know you're receiving expert care. That's why Peterman is dedicated to service with significance. We provide continuous support and training to our field professionals, helping them be experts in their fields. We listen to you to give you the best possible service so you can feel confident in your home. Next time you need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, let Peterman handle it.
The score is 2-0 in favor of New Palestine. This is the second round of Sectional 28 in Class 3A, and a pair of top 10 teams duke it out. Right now, the Dragons with the advantage. They now bring their bats up to start inning number 4. 2-0 up on the Marion scoreboard. Marion University, just 10 minutes from downtown Indianapolis. Marion is a premier Catholic university committed to excellence in learning. Excelling in teaching, research, and scholarly activities, you can become a knight, and you can do so at marion.edu. Up to bat for the second time today will be New Pal's Amber Hurt. Hit earlier and now hits again into the gap of right center field. This will be a double as she legs it all the way out, slides foot first, and turns around to exclaim as the first pitch offered by Brewer
Stepping up to the plate now, number 5.
is swung on and sent to the warning track on the right field fence. And a courtesy runner on the way.
For the Dragons, number 26, Ava LaPinta.
Ava LaPinta, maybe the team's number 2 pitcher, will come out and hit courtesy. Run courtesy, that is. I beg your pardon, as she now stands on second after the Hurt double. So now 5 hits so far for New Pal, these 2 runs that they have scored. And Pat, to your point, the Royals still looking for their first knock. That has certainly been the difference today.
Yeah, definitely. You can threaten, but you need to, now you can knock on the door, but you've got to open it up, get it opened.
It is a leadoff runner for the second consecutive inning for the Dragons. Hutchinson did so, laying down a bunt single in the third, came around to score, and Dye followed her to do the exact same thing to make it 2-0. Now a meeting between the 2 coaches here of New Pal. They will whisper trade secrets and now make a decision on something, maybe simply where to stop the bus for dinner on the way back. It is good in the catcher. Right-handed steps into the box. Maybe a tactic to ice Brewer a little bit, make her think about that. First pitch sent about 185 feet to the right. Here's one bunted up, high but back into the net. Charging to try to make the catch was Hoffman. If she stood at about 8 feet, she might have had a chance if she dove.
Yeah, for sure. That was it was hanging in the air for a long time, but it was going where no one was going to catch it.
Gooden back into the box now with a free 0-1 count. Brewer says thank you, now offers another bunt, another one, same exact scenario. This one a little bit more catchable, and kudos to Mo Curtis, who dives and feels a little bit of rug burn on this infield turf.
She's going to walk that off a little bit.
Yeah, she'll need a second.
She laid out for that big time. Knocked wind out of her, I reckon.
Was kind of close, too.
Yeah.
But that's a play that would be tough to make.
The umpire's giving her a little bit of grace on that. Yeah, she laid out, trying the best she could to get it. But now she's back.
The score is 2-0 in favor of New Palestine. Second round of sectionals. Indian Creek High School is the host. And New Pal trying to add on to this 2-0 lead with the leadoff runner on second base after the double by Hurt. Here's Gooden. The 0-2 has to swing after a pair of bunt attempts. This first one outside of the zone. Brewer tries to get her to chase. Gooden yesterday, 1 for 4 in the win against Indian Creek. And she'll await and leave an identical pitch alone. High and up out of the zone outside.
I think Kayla wants that one back. She looked a little frustrated as soon as she let go of it. Just thinking about that one a little bit. Look for something nasty here.
The count's at 2-2. Here's the break even. Putting a charge into this one, sending it high and deep, but foul. This probably would have been a home run had it been a hair straighter, but it goes foul, and the count stays at 2-2.
Yeah, that flew out pretty high.
Brewer will rub some rosin on her hand and get sent for her second consecutive 2-2 offering. To Gooden, the second batter of the inning. Hurt doubled, and now LaPenta, her courtesy runner, stands on second. Pitch outside, similar spot. The count's to full. The winner of this game will play here, Indian Creek High School, 6 o'clock on Thursday against Greenwood, who run-ruled Shelbyville 10-0 in the game prior. Here's an offering and a swing and a miss. Similar pitch again, Pat Crosley. This time she gets her to bite on the payoff, and it pays off. To the dugout goes Gooden on a strikeout.
Yeah, Kayla took a little bit off that one, I think, and it looked good, but didn't hit the bat.
4 strikeouts now for Brewer. And now with 1 out and a runner on second, an early pitch swing, the first one offered by Tweedy. She doesn't hit any of it. Now it's an 0-1. Tweedy struck out back in the second, one of those 4 victims so far from Brewer, who on the season, as this one sent high, foul, and out of play. Foul ball back this way. That's the 140th strikeout thrown by the senior this year. That is incredible. 21 starts.
That is pretty good. That sounds like my batting average when I played 8th grade baseball.
Here's the 0-2. Another heavy luxury as the catcher and Curtis had her knee in the left-handed batter's box, fully wanting that one to be a clear ball, and it was. Now the 1-2. This one is swung on and sent foul again. This over to the baseball diamonds, equally beautiful to our right. I'd say this ballpark is about halfway complete. You couldn't tell with how beautiful everything else is, but behind us, 2 open fields that will eventually be a second softball diamond and a second baseball diamond. Here's the 1-2. Inside pitch. Rung her up, strikeout looking. Brewer with her 5th of the contest. Tweedy down on strikes for a second time today. And now 2 outs after the leadoff double keeps LaPenta on second.
That was a heck of a pitch. It was just inside, right on around the black of the plate. And I don't think Kenna Tweedy knew that was coming. She probably thought it was too far inside, but when you're where you're at, you need to swing at those.
Here's the first pitch of this plate appearance. It's called a strike. A hair around the outside part of the zone, but it touches according to the home plate umpire. We are back to the top of the lineup for a 3rd time today for New Pal. It is Hutchinson, who swings and misses on this one, in the count now 0-2, and Brewer is absolutely feeling it after allowing those 2 runs in the 3rd inning. She is pitching some of her best stuff right now.
Yeah, that first strike, Mo Curtis did a nice job of framing that. It was well done.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed again. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Brewer after allowing the leadoff double in this 4th inning. We now head to the bottom of it. 2-0 the score for New Pal Might the pitching staff be getting hot here for the Royals? More after this. With Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch on the Roncalli Media Network.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com.
Did you know 80% of Americans don't floss daily, risking gum disease, bad breath, and even tooth loss? At Skip Cheeseman DDS, we believe your dental health is worth protecting, from routine cleanings and wisdom tooth removal to implants and IV sedation. Dr. Cheeseman and his caring team combine experience with comfort, so you can smile with confidence. Call 317-839-2088 or visit Cheeseman.com today. Skip Cheeseman DDS, caring for smiles, caring for you, and a proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals.
Great work by Kayla Brewer, the pitcher for Roncalli, to limit damage after the first pitch double from Hurt. Then she throws 3 consecutive strikeouts. Her number now is up to 6 on the outing as we hit the bottom of the 4th. The score still 2-0 on the Marion scoreboard. And here's the first offering from Hugh Banks this inning. Into the batter's box is Benny Leffler. She led off the second inning and walked, though got behind 0-2. Right now she's behind 0-1 after she fouls this one into the net behind her. Roncalli fighting back, down 2 runs. This is as urgent as it gets. Do or die. Second round of sectional action. High up, change up out of the zone. The count's even at 1-1. New Pal with a emphatic 7-4 win yesterday. Tied in the top of the 7th with 2 outs, and it was a grand slam that broke even and then gave New Pal the eventual win 3 outs later. For Roncalli, only needed 5 innings. Their starters only played 3 or 4. And a 16-0 win against the neighbors Beech Grove. This offering is a fast, fiery one. Swung on and missed. 1-2's the count.
Yeah, that ball came up and in on Benny. Just trying to put a bat on it, stay alive. Now we'll get this one going.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Out of the zone, the count's even. Leffler, we mentioned the power in her bat, but she's as patient. Leads the team with 11 walks drawn this season. Here's the 2-2. Hugh Banks with a big windup. Swung on and missed. She rings her up.
Yeah, that was looked like a little bit of a changeup. Benny was way ahead of that pitch.
First strikeout. This one swinging from Benny Leffler today. For Hugh Banks, it is now her 4th. We've seen a lot of them today. This pitcher's duel. New Pal retains a 2-0 lead. Second batter of the 4th inning for Roncalli is Lauren Candler. And the left-handed senior steps into the box. Batting in place of who was supposed to be Jazz Lawson, the freshman, but some sort of late change puts Candler into the box. She swings at this one and misses it. 0-1's the count.
Yeah, Lauren looked to get a little slap on that to make something happen.
Here's the 0-1. High up out of the zone. Fouled straight back. Shaking her head, Candler. The count is now 0-2. Sectional action here for softball. Baseball gets its sectional started this week as well. Roncalli is hosting, which, by the way, if the Royals were to win a couple of games here in softball, they would also host regionals. But beside the point, here's the 0-2 out of the zone. 1-2's the new count. Baseball gets to host at Roncalli this week, and Rob Brown will have the call of the first game on Thursday after Roncalli wins 12-5 on the road against a really good Bloomington North squad. So thanks to Rob, not only for the score update there, as baseball ends the regular season on a high note, we'll play Greenwood on Thursday, but also for our Royal Roll Call. It is brought to you by the Kennel at Arbor Lane, and more on them in a moment. Here's the 2-2. Candler awaits the break-even pitch from Sadie Hughbanks, who winds up, and here it is, the senior. Senior on senior action. This one fouled high up, making chase a pair of fielders. Dye and Miller neither get there in time. The count remains 2-2.
And Lauren's just trying to get the ball into play, get the bat on the ball, make something happen. I like it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. With an out, it is Candler. She'll await the windup and the pitch and sends it foul again. It's been a big battle this at-bat. Rob Brown, part of our Royal Roll Call, brought to you by the Kennel at Arbor Lane. So is Indy Will on Twitter. He's always a great contributor, a great supporter of Roncalli Media Network and really all of the Southside schools, Center Grove, New Pal a little bit as well. So thank you, Will, for listening in. Here's the 2-2. Out of the zone. It is ball 3. Pat, any shout-outs coming your way?
Well, just Steve Looney from the South Side, longtime Royal follower. My daughter Molly in Chicago.
Thank you, Molly. The payoff from Eubanks to Candler. Swung on and sent foul again.
See, I'm Twitterless, so I don't get any shout-outs on the Twitter. I got banned for some reason because of my laser point takes, I guess. I don't know. Someone didn't like my takes. No, I don't ever post anything on there, but I'm suspended, so I gave up.
And nobody's called the rotary phone yet to let you know they're listening? We'll wait. Here's the 3-2. Low and out of the zone. It's a walk.
Nathaniel, that was mean. Just because it's true doesn't mean it's okay.
Lauren Candler stands over on first as she draws the walk and brings up Brooke Wolford.
Number 5, Wolford.
Wolford, the right fielder, nearly put the ball into the first base dugout, but making a great catch. That was back in the second inning. Was New Pal. She'll then show her barrel. It is a high pitch that she puts the top of her bat on and sends it high backwards into the net. Ill-advised, now 0-1. The Royal Roll Call brought to you as always by the Kennel at Arbor Lane. You let us know you're listening. We shout you out right here. You can trust the Kennel at Arbor Lane. Big swing. Strike number 2. 0-2's the count. Trust the Kennel at Arbor Lane to take care of your pets while you are away, where pets feel at home and Royals fans stay connected. Wolford down 0-2 with an out and a runner on first. The score is 2-0 New Pal. The count is 1-2 as Eubanks throws one about 2 feet outside of the zone.
Yeah, Lauren Candler's dancing over there on first base, and she's trying to be a nuisance over there.
Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Appeal is called a strike. It will go down as a forward K, though she tried to pull her bat back, and with nobody in no umpire that could have appealed down the line, the home plate umpire looked around and then called it a strike. Wolford set down. Now 2 outs. Candler on first. Sarah Hoffman into the box.
I think Coach Luck didn't like that call very much.
First pitch swung on. Hard swing, sends it foul straight back Hoffman.
Yeah, she put the bat into that one. That was a full go swing.
Second strikeout of this inning from Eubanks. 5th total of the contest. She had 7 yesterday and 7 innings of play.
I don't like to predict anything, but every time we've been down, we've had an 0-2 count. You always see Sadie Eubanks throw it way outside. Let's see if she does it again.
Here's the 0-2. My bad. 4 strikeouts yesterday. This one is fouled back. Hits the wall, the brick wall that is behind home plate, so the count remains 0-2.
That was a good ball to swing at. That was too close to let go. So as soon as I made that prediction, it came out wrong. So I'll just stop. I'm not any kind of
no Nostradamus sitting in here.
Definitely not Kreskin, Nostradamus, any of that.
The score is 2-0. New Pal tries to keep it that way. The 0-2 with 2 outs and a runner on is swung on and sent foul again into the net. It is a cool and cloudy but dry so far evening here at Indian Creek High School. Had some rain throughout the afternoon. Thought we were going to get a little bit more heavy rain this evening. Nothing hit. Turf field, all good. For now.
I'm not saying anything.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and this one inside the pitch. You can imagine it hits the handle and goes straight back for another foul ball. A battle here. The count remains 0-2, right where Sadie Eubanks wants it.
Yeah, she keeps throwing pitches close to the plate. Sarah's got to offer at them. And get Sadie to make a mistake and drive one.
0-2, the game score 2-0. Marion scoreboard. It stays that way with another ball fouled off straight back.
It's a good thing there's a nice fence there, or we'd be chasing foul balls all day long.
Eubanks reminds the outfield that there are 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. The infield playing close to its bags. Eubanks calls for time. We'll grab the rosin bag behind her and get set again for yet another 0-2 offering. She has thrown a lot of these this at-bat. A big battle. Here we go. Swung on, sent on the ground, trying to make the play. It will be a 6-4 ground out. The shortstop Miller to her second base partner in Fitzgerald, and that is how we end the bottom of the 4th inning. Royals still scoreless. New Pal leads 2-0 on the Marion scoreboard as Hoffman grounds out. We will now await Dye, who comes up in the top of the 5th after this for New Pal on the Roncalli Media Network.
At VisionQuest Eye Care, we want to see what you see. For more than 25 years, we've offered eye exams for the whole family and care for a range of eye diseases and conditions. Pick out your glasses and sunglasses in our stunning new optical shop staffed with friendly faces. Visit us at our Greenwood and Fishers offices and schedule your visit at visionquesteyecare.com. That's visionquesteyecare.com. We want to see what you see.
Are you looking for a company that cares about meeting your financial needs? Werner Financial is the place for you. Our owner, Jason Werner, is a proud Roncalli member of the class of 2005 and has extensive knowledge and experience ensuring your investments are customized to fit your goals. The Werner Financial team is one that works for you and will handle your assets with precision and confidence. Our goal is for you to not only feel secure in your finances, but also to see real growth. Visit wernerfinancial.com to set up your meeting today and get started on your
On the Roncalli Media Network with the great Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch. As a young spectator has a fish hat on their head. Love to see it walking across a beautiful softball, baseball, sports complex here at Indian Creek High School. First pitch from Brewer, sent on the ground, a slow roller to Hoffman at third base. Throw in time. There is the out number 1 of the top of the 5th inning. Leffler collects it, 2-0 the score with an out as New Pal's Peyton Dye just sent out with a 5-3 ground out for the second time today. That will bring up the powerful bat of Sadie Miller.
Sarah Hoffman made a heck of a play there at third base. She's moving to her left and was able to snag that and plant her foot and throw a rocket to first base.
She has been busy today. Every ground out from New Pal has gone to Hoffman, and she has been perfect. With an out on the scoreboard, here is the first pitch, and it is down the middle for strike number 1 against Sadie Miller, who has 6 home runs to lead her team. Well, her and Steele share that lead. Of course, Steele catching up with a pair last night. More on that in a moment. Here's strike number 2, and Brewer rare ahead in the count 0-2. We'll see what she can do now with a little bit of confidence after Brewer pitched one heck of an inning in the 4th. Out of the zone, ball 1. First pitch of that 4th inning, it was a leadoff double from Amber Hurt. Then we saw 3 consecutive strikeouts. And Brewer has to be feeling great. 6 total on the day for this young lady after she had 7 yesterday. Now make it 7 today. Swinging and missing is Sadie Miller. Kara Steele up to the plate. Brewer feeling ever confident in the circle right now.
Yeah, she just had her way with that at bat. She just put the ball wherever she wanted it, got the first 2 strikes, threw a waste pitch, and then just went for the jugular and got the strikeout. Let's see what happens here. I'm excited.
Her second strikeout victim is at the plate now. It is the huge bat of Kara Steele. First pitch barely left alone, barely called a ball. It is 1-0. And for Steele, if you had not heard yet today, shame on you because we've said it 100 times, but rightfully so. Kara Steele, 2 home runs yesterday. As pitch number 2 also outside of the zone. 2-0 is the new count. With bases loaded and 2 outs in the 7th inning. All Kara Steele did is put one into the parking lot to eventually give New Pal the lead. Hung on for 3 outs and won 7-4 last night against the host Indian Creek. And a third pitch that just barely misses the zone. And the count now is 3-0. Brewer takes a big breath after picking up the rosin bag thinking this should be 0-3 right now. Not I'm not saying because of poor calls, just because of how close these have been. Here's the 3-0. And this one is in for strike one.
Yes, right down Broadway. That was a no-doubter. I don't think Kara's going to take the ball off or bat off her shoulder for that pitch.
The 3-1 steal awaits, swings at this one, high pop up into right center field, making Chase Baker, called off and then making the catch Wolford, and there is the third out. We are retired 1-2-3 in the fifth inning. We have seen 6 consecutive sent down by Brewer as we now head to the bottom of the fifth. Urgent as can be, the Royals try to get their bats going after this, and a 2-0 lead for New Pal. Can Roncalli change it on RMN?
About buying or selling land? Maybe a hunting paradise, some productive farmland, or a cozy home with some elbow room? Then look no further than Bill and Jay Miner, your Whitetail Properties land specialists. These Roncalli alums know West Central and South Central Indiana like the back of their hands. Don't wait. Call Bill and Jay today at 317-446-9500 or at 317-370-2422 or visit their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Roncalli Media Network. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or any other use of this presentation without the express written consent of Roncalli High School is prohibited. Thank you for watching on the Roncalli Media Network.
Welcome back to Indian Creek High School, where the hospitality is absolutely unmatched. And the park here is beautiful. The press box has more square footage than my house. And that is not an exaggeration.
Yeah, it's bigger than my first apartment, probably my first house, too.
Incredible facilities here, and they're still working on them. We have 2 ballparks and what will eventually have 4. 2 diamonds, that is, as 1 softball in front of us, baseball to our right, and a couple of empty fields for now behind us. 2-0 is the score on the Marion scoreboard as New Pal with the lead, and Roncalli trying to change that. We are hitting the waning moments of this contest and of one of these 2 teams this season. Here's one swung on, sent high, sent foul, but can she make the catch? She cannot. It bounces off the glove of the left fielder Hutchinson. Up to bat right now is Lucy Perry.
Yeah, Lucy hit that ball, and it was so high going out to left field that she almost got to second base before it hit the ground. Lucy Perry's got some wheels out there. Let's have her put one in the ground and get to first base.
Now an 0-2 count. Hugh Banks winds up well off the plate. That one could have been telegraphed from about 3 miles away. We're, by the way, a few miles to our right. I can see maybe some rain falling, certainly darker clouds, but we are cool, calm, and comfortable here at Indian Creek High School in Trafalgar. Here's the 1-2. Swung on. Sent a little blooper right over the shortstop for the first hit today for Roncalli, and it comes at a good time as Perry breaks up Hugh Banks' no-no and stands on first to lead off the bottom of the fifth. That was huge, Pat.
Yeah, we needed that for darn sure. Yes, Hugh Banks has been making some, obviously some good pitches and some good defensive plays behind her, but we just need to crack one open there and start the process.
Roncalli has had 4 base runners, nearly one in every inning, all but the first. And this would be the 5th. Laying down a bunt, moving the runner over to second. Now we have 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Perry stands on second. Morelli is out on the first pitch bunt. So we've seen plenty of chances for Roncalli, including runners on the corners in the third with just an out. But this is the game's first hit for the Royals.
That was a really good bunt by Lola there to move the runner. And that's what we need. Scoring position, 1 out.
And now the lineup card flips to Elise Baker, who puts a big charge into this one, sends it high and foul, but into the Royal bullpen where a Roncalli player starts to warm up. I cannot tell who that is. It is hard. We have just a little sliver of a window where we can see, but it's hard to see.
And the ponytail.
Here's the 0-1. This one slapped into the outfield. Is it down? It is not, just barely foul. So now 0-2 is the count, and what certainly could have been potentially a RBI double. But instead, we'll have to see another chance for Elise Baker, who looks for her first hit today. The 0-2 for Baker, who has a hit in all but one game this season. And leaves this alone. It's ball one.
And Lisa's reached on a walk, and she can just find a way, make a way, get on base here.
Maggie Thorne itching up next. We've got one out. Runner in scoring position is Lucy Perry on second. High and swung on and struck out. And that is one that Baker wants to have back because it was about 2 stories north. She wanted it anyway. And now sent down on strikes is Elise Baker for the second time today. Maggie Thorne with 2 outs. And Perry stands on second. Down by a pair of runs, bottom of the 5th of this win or go home game. Eubanks winds up. Puts one near the zone. It is called ball, just barely.
You hit the ball. You hit the nail on the head with that. Elise would like that back. That was. I think she was frustrated after that for sure.
1 ball, no strikes. Eubanks winds up. This one is blooped right in front of the second baseman. Fitzgerald lets it pop off her glove. Now the dive over to third, and she is out. Yikes. The ball was hit just in front of Fitzgerald, the second baseman. Tried to make the play, and it bounced off her glove. Then the pitcher, Eubanks, picked it up off the turf and caught Perry a little overzealous. She had to turn around and try to dive back to third because she overran the bag and was just barely thrown out. Would have been a beautiful chance with 2 on and 2 outs. And instead, the Royals leave another one on the base paths. We continue a 2-0 ball game. Top of the 6th we go. Just a pair of frames left here on the Roncalli Media Network, a tight one at Indian Creek High School.
Your vision from concept to creation. At Gemco Constructors, we're your one-stop partner in commercial construction, from mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems to building automation and post-project service. We deliver projects on time, on budget, and built to last. Innovation, safety, and service. Proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals. Visit wearegemco.com today. Gemco, building your vision. Concept to creation.
A confident smile can change everything. And at Gorman and Bunch Orthodontics, they make that transformation fun, affordable, and easy. Whether it's braces or Invisalign, their expert team helps kids, teens, and adults feel proud of their smile every step of the way. With their convenient Southside location, Dr. Todd Hickman and his team have served our community for over 40 years. Gorman and Bunch Orthodontics, transforming smiles, transforming lives. Proud supporter of Roncalli and Roncalli Athletics.
Back here at Indian Creek High School through 5 innings, Roncalli finally records its first hit. Actually sees a pair of hits in that frame, but unfortunately for the Royals, Lucy Perry charged past third too hard, tried to stop and turn around and slipped. Was not able to get back in time. That is how we end the bottom of the 5th. Now New Pal up to the plate with a 2-run advantage, top of the 6th inning. The team that knocked Roncalli out of this tournament a season ago in the sectional championship. They will try to do so again. A pair of innings left. Kayla Brewer back into the circle, pitching for Roncalli. And a big swing and a big hack and a big miss. The count 0-1.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity last inning. It just kind of everything ended so quickly. We're still trying to get our heads around what just happened, it seems like. And the Royals have to put that aside and just push on.
Claire Fitzgerald up to the plate, 0-1. This pitch high up and out of the zone, or now 1-1, that is. Fitzgerald just under 400 is her batting average with 28 hits. She'll wait. The 1-1 as the sun sets and the lights come on. This one is swung on and lined into left field, but it is down foul just barely.
It's a lucky break for the Royals there. That's a 2-base hit all day. It's we can't really see the line down there much past third base, so we don't know how foul it was. But it was. I think the coach is saying it's just about this much foul, and showing her about 6 inches. So good for us.
Here's the 1-2 from Brewer. First batter due up in the 6th inning, and the pitch off the mark. It is 2-2. And this inning brought to you in part by O'Reilly Branson Funeral Home, serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The break-even pitch on the way from Brewer. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout We have seen plenty of those today. This is the 8th sent by Brewer, and Fitzgerald down on strikes.
Batting now for the Dragons,
That's a great pitch.
Cromwell.
Well, getting strikeouts is just mean, and I like it. You see, it's easy for the
mean.
defense.
I like it.
Yeah.
O'Reilly Branson Funeral Home, family owned and operated since the early 70s. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. O'ReillyBranson.com. Big swing, big one sent deep into left field and just barely foul. And that one, Pat, went over the fence, right?
It bounced, I think.
It bounced. We have the beautiful, towering third base dugout in our way down that line, but it's foul nevertheless. And Brewer trying to make this an O'Reilly Branson funeral for the Dragons. Only once in Roncalli history have the Royals knocked out New Pal twice in the same season. That was their undefeated year of 2022. And they'll try to do that here, but they need to come back from down a pair of runs with a pair of innings left. And this one, waited on, then called a strike. Bat never left the right shoulder of Cromwell. 0-2's the count. 2-0 the score. New Pal with the lead, but down in the count here. Outside and a little high. Brewer again taps her chest, says, my bad. 1-2 now the count. She certainly has a margin of error here with that 0-2 lead.
For sure.
Brewer deals. Swung on. Blooper. Didn't even have to move a foot. Hoffman at third base makes the play on a tiny little pop-up. And now 2 down. Has Hurt on the way up to the plate. Last time she came up, 4th inning, first pitch double out to the outfield. Since then, the next 8 have been retired in order. Does it become 9?
9's a good number.
Amber Hurt, 0 for 3 yesterday, so she loves the fact that she has 2 hits today, 2 for 2. Leaves the first one alone. It leaves the zone. 1-0 now the count. Brewer back onto the rubber with 2 outs and nobody on. The Royals need 4 outs and then at least 2 runs.
We've got a whole slew of celebrity birthdays today. They're all musicians. So maybe that'll give us some good luck here in a minute.
The 1-1 after that last pitch into the zone but left alone. This one's similar, except it just barely misses. So 2-1 the new count. 2-0 the score up on that Marion scoreboard. And back into the box for New Pal comes Amber Hurt. Offering. But up north, it is missed 3-1.
3 celebrity birthdays for musicians. There are 3 different genres, too. You've got today Stevie Nicks' birthday, 1948. Hank Williams Jr., 1949. And Lenny Kravitz, 64.
How about that? That's a who's who right there. As this one leaves the zone just barely. It is ball 4. And that is a streak-ending at bat as 8 consecutive were set down, including 4 via the strikeout. But Hurt now reaches for the 3rd time today. And it brings up the catcher, Lindsey Gooden. Gooden is 0 for 1, struck out and hit by pitch. And then was stranded on first back in the 2nd inning when she did get the freebie. This one misses again.
Kayla's been pretty lucky with the bottom 2 of the order so far tonight. She struck them out every time they've come up, so let's continue that trend.
Here's the 1-0. This one sent high into the outfield, back toward the fence, looking to make the catch with 2 outs. Baker adjusts, gets underneath it, makes the catch. The Royals need 3 outs and at least 2 runs. We'll see if they can get the latter part of that objective in the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back. New Pal with a 2-0 lead on the Roncalli Royals. When we come back, softball action continues on the Roncalli Media Network.
Greenwood Vision Care, your vision is our priority. Dr. Olivia Yankee, Roncalli alum class of 2009, and her team treats you like family with expert eye exams, stylish frames, and personalized care. No rush, no hassle, just friendly service and sharp vision. Isn't it time you saw clearly and felt confident? Call Greenwood Vision Care today at 317-653-5872 to schedule your appointment. Greenwood Vision Care, where eye care feels like home.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
Then the driving's supposed to start this week, but the car thing's kind of a cluster mess.
It's Pat Crosley you hear right there. I'm Nathaniel Finch. Pat, double duty. Today as my analyst. Tomorrow back to his day job as the superhero and driver's ed teacher.
Oh, gosh.
Trying to keep our roads safe. Teaching the next generation.
Stay off the south side for a while, guys.
at least for a couple of weeks until you can get it figured out, right?
Yeah.
Mo Curtis, the ever-powerful bat, has been silent today, 0 for 2. Here's her third chance. Sadie Hughbanks in the circle. First pitch misses. Or does it hit for strike one? So now 0-1's the count for Curtis. It is 1-0. 2-0's the score. Bottom of the sixth inning. Sectional action. A big swing. Now the count even at 1 apiece. And down to their final 6 outs. Roncalli needs to do something here. The first inning with a hit came just previously. 2 hits in the 5th inning. But an unfortunate way to end, getting thrown out on the base paths. Well, would have had runners on the corners for the second time today. But the Royals remain scoreless. This pitch does cross for a strike. It is hard to tell sometimes with his umpire. He likes to wait and make sure he is certain, which might be a virtue. But that time he was certain. And the close pitch is called a strike, 1-2. Hughbanks winds up, puts the ball in her gut, now runs it around, and sends it a little too high, 2-2.
Yeah, the pace of pitching's been not fast, but it's been definitely intense. I don't know how to describe it other than that. We're not waiting a long time between pitches.
The Marian University commit Hughbanks deals off the plate despite a good frame from Gooden. And now the count runs full. Intense is a great way to describe this matchup between two of the most storied softball programs in the state. These two coaches have plenty of state championships to their name. It is 9 total between these two, and David Lauk for the Royals and Ed Markham for the Dragons. Over 40 years of experience at the helm of these two programs combined. And the payoff is sent foul down that third baseline, as you heard Pat exclaim.
Yeah, Coach Lauk tried to field that barehanded again. He's flirting with disaster over there, I'll tell you. Got to make a business decision and not be snatching at those foul balls coming at him. He's not playing anymore.
Curtis, a big at-bat here. It's a 3-2 pitch. Here it comes from Hughbanks. Out of the zone, just barely. Hughbanks drops to both knees and exclaims as Curtis gets a free pass to first and a courtesy runner on the way for Mo. Boy, that was as close as it gets. When we talk about intense, this is as big as it gets the moment. Bottom of the sixth, down a pair of runs against the rival New Pal. As Benny Leffler, 0 for 1. She struck out and has been walked. She has not had her signature hit. In fact, only Maggie Thorne in this top half of the lineup has. So Leffler would love to tie this game up here. At the very least, make some contact and put it into play.
Make some noise. Let's break open the seal on the scoreboard. Make something happen. Would not complain. Benny put one in play here.
Can you look through the bifocals and see who is the courtesy runner on first?
It's Claire Rittenhouse.
Claire Rittenhouse steps in for Mo Curtis. Big swing. It is way north, and it is missed. And Leffler shakes her head. She knows she should have left that one alone.
Yeah, that rise ball came in hot.
And we've seen it do that a couple of times and fool the best hitters in this lineup.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1, leaves the plate, 1-1 the count. Sadie Hughbanks headed to Marian University next season. They sponsor our scoreboard as well. but they will enjoy a great pitcher here. Before that happens, the Dragons are hoping for another magical run. Went all the way to semi-state last season after beating Roncalli in sectionals, won regionals, then lost to the eventual champion Cathedral. Some great softball in Central Indiana. Roncalli trying to return the favor in round number 2, but they will need a comeback. Here's the 1-2 from Eubanks. Leffler in the left-handed batter's box. The Ohio commit leaves this one alone, and it's a ball to tie us up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, Sadie Eubanks, her pitches are just missing. I think she's not getting frustrated, but I think she just is getting anxious. I think she gets these 50-50 calls go her way one time.
The 3-1 from the pitcher who pitched all 7 yesterday in the win and got the win. This one smoked down the left field line, but sent foul. Trying to make chase was Hutchinson, couldn't get there in time. Leffler with another opportunity. But now the count's full. Had this situation earlier, and she walked. What happens here with a runner on first and no outs?
Jazz Lawson on deck. Looks like.
We'll explain why that is significant when the time comes. Roncalli has left all 5 base runners stranded today. Here's the 3-2. It is nubbed and sent back foul. With no outs and a leadoff runner on, David Lauk would love to see 2 runners on.
I get our DJ to play the Bee Gees "Staying Alive" song right about now.
Well, he's been playing some good hits today.
Yeah, that's what old Benny's doing. She's staying alive.
Here's the payoff from Eubanks. Swung on, popped up high. This will be in play for the third baseman, Dye, and she will make the play. And there is another out. Benny Leffler heads back to the dugout, and we have 1 out, and Rittenhouse stands alone on first base.
Speaking Dye with the catch for out number 1.
It was that rise ball again, and Benny just got underneath it and hit it about 6 miles in the air and made an easy play.
And now we will see Jazz Lawson back into the lineup as she was in the starting lineup today, Pat.
Number 20,
but when it was her time to come up, we instead saw the senior Lauren Candler, who took 2 ABs. And now Lawson will step back in. She has been a star in the making as a freshman over the last 14 games. And what did she do against this team? 20 days ago, she put her first career and so far her only career home run over the fence. Royals could use it here. She represents the tying run. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0 New Pal with the lead, and the star pitcher Eubanks offers. High up and out of the zone for ball 1, and the freshman leaves it alone.
Yeah, Jazz is pretty tall, so maybe she got a bigger zone, but that was still too high, even for the taller Jazz Lawson.
Here's the second pitch, right down Broadway, left alone. It is strike number 1. The right-handed freshman in a big spot here. Doesn't swing at this one either. It is called a ball, and boy, was that one close. 2-1's the count.
Yeah, she checked herself before she wrecked herself, as some of the kids would say. Let's check that swing real quick before she made it.
The rain starts to fall here steadily. Light, but certainly notable. Here's the 2-1. The throw over to second, sliding and safe, stolen base. It is Claire Rittenhouse.
I think that surprised everyone. Nobody told the catcher that there's a steal, and she's not happy about that. She's telling her dugout, "Come on, girls, I need you to help me out on these." Lindsey Goodman not happy with her bench.
Rittenhouse 4 for 4 on the base paths this season. Now the 3-1 after that pitch misses. Lawson awaits and will be allowed the open base. So now we have Rittenhouse on second. We have Lawson on first, and we only have 1 out for Brooke Wolford, the ever-powerful right fielder, who has a big spot here in a meeting of the minds for New Pal. Maybe. Instead, they'll go back to their positions, and we'll continue to play on. 2-0, and now the winning run. Of course, we're in the bottom of the 6th, so still time.
Wolford.
But at least the go-ahead run, I should say, is Brooke Wolford up at the plate.
Yeah, as the Umbrellas make their appearance here at Indian Creek.
This is certainly more of a disadvantage for Eubanks, the pitcher, than it is for anybody on the Royal lineup right now. Of course, they will then have to face a wet ball. in just a few outs. But for now, they'll see if they can make Eubanks suffer through the conditions. A steady rain on the way, and I blame Rob Brown, who texted us a few innings ago and said no rain in the forecast tonight. This one swung on, sent foul straight back. So after ball one, here it is back to even at 1-1.
Well, Rob's good at just about everything, but maybe he has one chink in his armor as his forecasting, which is no one's good at that. It's a scam anyway, that whole business.
Rob will have your first round of baseball sectionals on Thursday. Here's one sent foul. Ooh. Right in front of us into the stands, over the net. 1-2's the count. I sincerely hope that Rob is alone on the call on Thursday, because that would mean, Pat, you and I are back right here a couple of hours prior if the Royals can complete a comeback. The go-ahead run stands at the plate. The left-handed Brooke Wolford. 1-2 the count. Swings at this one, sends it high into a gap. Tough play. It is made by the left fielder, Hutchinson. And Wolford now sent back to the dugout.
That's rough to get a fly ball out to left field, short left field like that. There's no way the runner at second can tag. So first and second, 2 outs now.
The Evansville commit is 0 for 3 today.
Batting now for the Royals, number 9.
In Wolford.
Oh, it's the Purple Aces.
Sarah Hoffman will step into the box. Big spot here for Hoffman, the third baseman. She is also 0 for 2 today. But with 2 runners on and 2 outs, Hugh Banks, the star senior pitcher, headed to Marian University. First pitch up in the attic. Hoffman also headed to Marian, so she is currently battling her future teammate. A pair of seniors going at it. One of them will see their career end tonight. This one is sent high, gap right field. Making the catch is Fitzgerald. And the entire infield jumps up and down in unison and shouts as New Pal holds on to a 2-0 lead. 1 inning left. Roncalli, as the home team, will have the last say at it. New Pal will try to add on to its 2-0 lead when we come back. After the Royals leave 2 more stranded. That's 7 total on the contest. 7th inning after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
Need the job done right? Trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of 99, and David Moran, class of 94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you, or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
Time for the 7th inning of play at Indian Creek High School, Sectional 28, round number 2. And the season will end here shortly for one of these 2 teams. Will it be the 5th-ranked Roncalli Royals? Or will it be the 7th-ranked New Palestine Dragons? These 2 teams seem to face each other twice a year, every year. But only once has Roncalli ever defeated the Dragons twice in a season. They try to add a second one here, but they will need to come back from a 2-0 deficit. First pitch offered by Kayla Brewer, left alone by the batter at the bottom of the lineup, and that is Kenna Tweedy. She will swing at this one, and she will launch it deep left field. Ball is down and over for a solo shot home run, and the score is 3-0 as New Pal's entire dugout empties and will meet Tweedy at the plate. 9-hole hitter home run for Tweedy. It is her 2nd of the season, and couldn't have come at a bigger time as the Dragons jump up 3-0 on Roncalli, top of the 7th inning. Do or die time, and so far the Dragons have done it.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter. So I imagine you could probably hear that over the airwaves here. That was a solid stroke. It was about 10 feet over the fence. We couldn't see it go over the fence because of the dugout, but it was a good shot. All right, the Royals got to bounce back from that.
Brewer stays in it, pitcher. This one bunted right over to Leffler, who is playing up, Hoffman throws it over to Leffler in time and foiling the bunt single attempt. It is
for out
another ground out for Hutchinson, who did bunt single to start the third inning, but this time is sent out. There's the first out of the seventh inning. And a hard thrown ball from Hoffman. That was impressive. Knew it was coming. She was playing well up. Right now, everybody back in the normal positions, but ready. Kind of ready to charge forward should Ed Markham try this again. First pitch misses, second one as well. It's 2-0. One out. It is Peyton Dye, who is 0 for 2 today. Did walk and then come around to score a run, but the team's batting average leader has not been able to record a hit yet today as she due. Here's the 3-0. As this one also misses the zone. Here we go. Showed the barrel, pulled it back, called strike as she was 6 steps down the line to first base. Has to come back and collect herself. Brewer says not quite yet.
They made a call to her offering there. I think she was, she put the bat out to bunt and didn't bring it back very quickly.
The 3-1. Swung on, sent foul straight back, and now the count goes to full. Brewer says thank you very much from 3-0 to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes as Brewer into the circle. Here's the payoff. Offered, sent high. This is foul territory, but maybe playable. It is not. It hits the top of the first base dugout. And the count stays at 3-2. Dye is battling, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. I think the rain has subsided for now, as far as I can tell. We are not AWS certified, as Rob Brown would remind us. We're doing the best we can with forecasting.
We do have a little bit of rain falling, but to your point, it is about. Let's say the rain that was coming down earlier for Hugh Banks might have been on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 5. Right now, it is down to a 1.5 or a 2.
Yeah, now I can see. I use my bifocals. I can see a little bit better now. Yeah.
The count's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here is the offering from Brewer. Another payoff. This one a charge high into left field over the scoreboard, a no-doubter. The second solo shot of the inning and the first 3 batters. And after not allowing a single home run all contest, Brewer has let 2 cross the fence. And the new score is 4-0 New Pell on the Marion scoreboard. And the Dragons can taste it. After ending Roncalli's season in the sectional championship last year, they have a chance to do it again here. And David Lauk sits in the dugout, peering out at his star pitcher, Kayla Brewer, who has been fantastic all season. But now with a bit of a decision to make, he'll leave her out there. He won't even talk to her.
Number 27, Miller.
1 out. Bases clear, 4-0 the new score, and Sadie Miller will step into the batter's box and watch the first ball miss.
And there's not a whole lot that Coach Lauk would be able to say that would, fix this or make it any better for Kayla right now. She knows what she needs to do.
Another one misses. Currently no action in the bullpen, but we certainly saw a little bit earlier, so maybe it's just a case of the reliever is ready and warmed up. Who it is, not sure. It very well could be Elise Baker. In fact, that would make sense with the ponytail we saw. We couldn't see the number. We just saw the build in the dugout through our little window that we could see past that dugout. Maybe that's why no one's in there now, is because Baker would be the reliever. Not sure. Just conjecture. Another ball misses. It's 3-0. Now the windup makes it 4-0. And now a real decision on the way as the infield walks in and has a players' meeting in the circle.
Stepping up to the plate now, number 16.
A 4-pitch walk after that home run shot from Dye.
Coach Hawks come out.
And he will bring in a reliever. We'll tell you who it is after this. As Roncalli trails 4-0. Top of the 7th inning is a miracle on the way. They need to get a couple of outs first. We'll tell you more about the new pitcher after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Welcome back here, Indian Creek High School, second round of Sectional 28. 4-0 the new score. New Pal leads on the Marion scoreboard and still has a couple of outs left in its pocket. Top of the seventh inning. It's do or die time for the Royals, which is why Coach Lauk just pulled his starting and star pitcher, Kayla Brewer, after she pitches 6 1/3. New pitcher up is Lauren Ane, and her first pitch high up out of the zone, but swung on and missed. It is Kara Steele, who had 2 home runs yesterday in the tight, dramatic win against the host Indian Creek. Now the count is 0-1 as Ane, the sophomore, with a 5.07 ERA, 4-0 her record. This one is blooped into right field, hits the fence, runner rounding third, the throw at home. It is on the way, it will not be in time. It is cut off by Leffler, and sliding in to make it 5-0 is Sadie Miller. All the way from first base, scores on the RBI double from Kara Steele. Steele had 5 RBI yesterday. Now she adds 2 to her tally today. Had 1 in the third, and now that one.
Batting out for the Dragons, number 30, Fitzgerald.
2-0 entering this inning. 3 runs have scored for this ever-powerful Dragon lineup. On the season, averaging 8 runs a contest. And you just knew, Pat Crosley, if the Royals couldn't get the bat around on some of Eubanks' pitches, this could be a long day because at some point the Dragons were going to start scoring.
Yeah, you can't keep good teams down, and they were going to bust through at some point, and just like we're hoping the Royals bust through in the bottom of the 7th. You never know. You can. They're not warming up the bus anytime soon here while trying to get things figured out there on the field. Coach Markham making some switches, making some changes.
Courtesy runner for the Dragons.
Courtesy runner on the way
Addie
for
Maddox.
New Pal. It will be Addie Maddox. As the Dragons now score a run after Ane enters the game in the circle, so it won't go toward her earned run record. She has 16 earned runs on the season, 21 total. Ane, the primary reliever that comes in after Brewer for the most part, has made 15 appearances, just 3 starts. 29 total innings pitched, and now she comes in a big spot in a 5-0 ball game. A 3 spot here in the top of the 7th. The Dragons go crooked and still try to add some more. With 1 out, a runner on second is Steele after the RBI double. And that'll bring up Claire Fitzgerald. 1 for 4 with an RBI yesterday. Fitzgerald 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Wild pitch will move the runner over to third. Steele now stands 60 feet away. 1-0 is the count for Ane.
Royals got kind of lucky on that. That ball was, the wild pitch hit the backstop just to the perfect angle to pop right back into Mo's glove.
That is our first passed ball today, as this one down and beneath the zone for ball 2.
Well, not to be picky, but that was a wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
Yeah, I'm not going to give Mo that.
First of either kind today, which is impressive.
Yeah, that's
Especially
very true.
We saw an inning full of rain. No problem for either of these pitchers. 2-0. This one is sent foul, but trying to make chase and make the catch. If she does, it could be a play home. It sends foul, and maybe for the best.
Yes.
Because if Wolford caught that, there was no way she was going to turn around and make the throw home in time. So we'll just let Ane live with another pitch, and now a strike to her record. 2-1 is the count. Fitzgerald back up to the plate.
Does the umpire have a towel like football to dry off the balls as they come back to him? I don't see that. I don't even know if that's a rule. Can you do that?
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. High heat. 2-2. New Pal in search of its 22nd straight 20-plus win season. It sits at 19-7 right now. The Royals trying to do something for just the second time in program history. I'll tell you about it in a second. First the grounder. Throw home. Play. The throw's in time, but the ball is dropped by Curtis. The slide knocked the ball out. Safe at home is the pinch runner for New Pal in Addie Maddox. And now the score is 6-0. New Pal continues to add to its lead. And a big bottom of the ninth will be in store if the Royals want to continue their season. Still one out.
10,
We've had 4 runs scored in the top of the 7th, 3 consecutive. And now with Fitzgerald standing over on first, it is a meeting in the circle for the Royals. And it looks like some sort of a change on the way for Ed Markham, second in the state with over 500 wins. Of course, David Lauk not too far behind him, just shy of 100 wins less than who he calls his mentor.
Courtesy runner for the Dragons, number 28, Grace
More
Mulligan.
courtesy runners.
Fitzgerald reaches on the fielder's choice, but an RBI for her. As Steele's pinch runner Maddox crosses the plate. Miller did so before her, Dye before her. And Tweedy got us started with that solo shot in the bottom of the, or in the top of the 7th. As we now have seen 4 runners cross this frame. Roncalli trailing 6-0 against New Pal. With Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch. Coming up soon is the Piazza Produce postgame show, where we hope to have a preview of our sectional championship, but it will come after a wild comeback if so. Royals down 6-0 still. Needing to get out of this inning on A offers. It is out of the zone 1-0 with a runner on and just an out. Cromwell is up to the plate. She is 0 for 3. Out of the zone, misses. This has been an absolute intense heavyweight battle today. It has been an incredible game, and you hope that there's more in store. After this one crosses the plate, left alone. Here's the 1-1, and it gets through for a single. Batters move one bag. Fitzgerald now on second. Cromwell on first, and give her another single.
The Dragons, number 38, Hurt.
The 4th hit this inning.
Yeah, that ball was just a little hit. It's a little too sharply for Jazz Lawson to move to her right and pick up. It was about she needed one more step. She might have gotten that.
A new count with 2 runners on for Amber Hurt, who swings at the first pitch and sends it into the net.
Did you get your paper airplane made yet for National Paper Airplane Day?
Well, I've got this legal paper in front of me with my spot chart. As soon as the game ends, I'm going to see. I have never made a paper airplane out of legal paper. I'm going to test my skills.
Probably go online and get a YouTube video.
Not only can I remember how to make one, because I used to be the king of these, Pat. I was a menace back in middle school, throwing them across the classroom. You would not have liked me as one of your students.
No, I've thrown it right back at you. I made a better one and
there we go.
Embarrassed you.
But can I remember how to do it after 10 years, and can I do it with a legal paper? Because that'd be cool. This would be like a big Boeing with how big these papers are, 8.5 by 14. As we get into the nerdy part of our broadcast.
Got to be who you are.
1-2's the count for on A after this pitch misses. This one right back to the pitcher. Tries to make the double play. The throw to the lead runner over to third in time. Took her a moment, but on A surveys and makes the right play over to Hoffman to get that lead runner out. Now 2 outs. Fitzgerald's thrown out. Cromwell moves over to second, and Hurt on the fielder's choice to first.
Stepping up to the plate now for the Dragons, number 31, Abby Thomas.
Abby Thomas, new batter.
The score is 6-0 in favor of New Pal. Thomas will await her opportunity with a big lead and 2 outs here. Not quite the game New Pal had yesterday against Indian Creek in the first round. Tied 3-3, top of the 7th. And a grand slam. Put them ahead. They hung on 3 outs later to win. And now they are just 3 outs away from heading to the sectional championship for another year, as they have so often. And you've got the feeling that this contest could be a de facto not only sectional championship, but maybe regional championship. These are probably the best 2 teams in the region. All respect to Cascade. And anyone else that could come out of that sectional.
But on paper for sure, yeah.
And the winner of this sectional will host regionals as well early next week. Crosses the plate for strike 1 after the first one misses. So on A, the count 1-1. The pinch hitter in Abby Thomas. With 2 outs, framed and called a strike. That is a beautiful frame job by Mo Curtis.
Sure did. She had a little panache on that one. She framed it and leaned into it a little bit. That's good work.
Here's the offering. Swung on and missed, and it's a strikeout. Beautiful frame job, leads to the next pitch, swinging strikeout. Ane picks up her first, and this season the 16th for Lauren Ane as we now head to the bottom of the 7th, but a lot of damage done. 4 runs scored, makes the deficit 6 runs for Roncalli. Do we have a miracle in store? Stick around and find out.
Heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets? Look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your 4-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarborlane.com to learn more.
At Kids Abilities, we believe in one simple truth: no limits, only possibilities. Our dedicated team offers pediatric occupational, speech, and feeding therapy focused on sensory regulation, building intrinsic motivation, and making meaningful connections for children from birth to 21. We go beyond therapy. We support families, celebrate achievements, and unlock each child's fullest potential. Kids Abilities, where possibilities become realities. Visit Kids Abilities Indiana.
I must mute our crowd mic simply because this broadcast would be taken down immediately because one of the most popular sporting event songs is played. It is Sweet Caroline, and half the crowd excited and waving along. The other half is eager, biting its nails, seeing if the Roncalli Royals can pull off a 6-run comeback in the bottom of the 7th. It would be a miracle. But can it happen? Down 6-0 against New Pal, who knocked the Royals out of this tournament a season ago. New Pal went on to fall in the semi-state round against the eventual champion Cathedral. Roncalli with a really strong team and a really good senior core, hoping to make a run at it, but it's going to take a lot here.
I'll tell you, these umpires act like it's a TV timeout, man. They're just taking their sweet time getting this inning started. All right, whenever you're ready there, Chief. Super Chief, let's go.
First pitch from Hugh Banks down the middle. What's the famous establishment in Bargersville? They clearly don't have reservations. Gosh,
Our table.
Our table. They do not have reservations to our table.
No, they do not.
Here's the 0-1. Maybe you and I meet over there, Pat, on the way back.
I don't know. I got to bring my wallet.
No balls and 2 strikes. Leading off here is the bottom of the lineup to make things even more challenging, but maybe that's the spark the Royals would want. Lucy Perry, who broke up the Eubanks no-hitter in the bottom of the 5th inning with a single. Sends this one over to Dye, the third baseman, quickly putting her out over to first. Steele makes the catch, toes the bag. We have 1 out, and the Royals have just 2 left to play with. And 6 runs of deficit to try to work through to keep the season alive. And Eubanks has been nothing short of spectacular today, Pat.
That's a fact. I mean, it's a 2-hitter so far against a pretty good batting lineup.
Roncalli this season averaging 11 hits a game and 9 runs a game, including that 16-run win yesterday against Beech Grove. How about the 6 doubles in that win against the Hornets? But today, the bats seem to have cooled off. And you can credit the college-level pitcher in Sadie Eubanks for that.
Yeah, that's a fact. She came to play today, and she's been throwing BBs.
Lola Morelli, the sophomore second baseman, swings at this one, hits her handle, and after the first pitch crossed for a strike as well, it is 0-2. Roncalli trying to come back from a 6-0 deficit. Down to its final 2 outs. Into the box, Morelli. 0-2's the count. Half swing at this one. Sent foul back into the net. Beautiful ballpark here at Indian Creek High School, the host of 3A Sectional 28. Second round action tonight. Winner plays on Thursday night at 6 o'clock against Greenwood, who run-ruled Shelbyville today 10-0. Here's the 0-2 from Eubanks. Swung on. Nibbler right down to the third baseman. Dye corrals, makes the throw. Just half a step in time. Out number 2. Yeah. If Roncalli can overcome a 6-0 deficit, it will have to come on a 2-out rally as the first 2 at the bottom of this lineup retired in order.
Yeah, you can cue the classic ESPN sound effect for that play by Peyton Dye at third base. That was a heck of a short hop pickup, laser beam throw to first.
Da-da-da,
yeah.
da-da-da.
Yeah.
And she has made plenty, both third basemen today have made plenty of great plays, but Dye is especially. As the first pitch, a change-up over the middle of the plate. Left alone right down US 31, but didn't even touch it. This is the leadoff hitter and Elise Baker. Here's what's at stake from a nerdy statistical standpoint. She has a hit in 4 straight and a hit in all but 1 game. But so far today, hitless, a pair of strikeouts as she now swings and misses at this one. The Royals down to their last strike. No balls and 2 strikes for Sadie Eubanks. Tries to pitch her second complete game in as many days. Here it is. Swung on and sent foul. Straight down and back. Baker battling. 0-2 remains the count. A 4 spot in the top of the 7th put us in this predicament after it was 2-0 from the 3rd inning on. And you really would feel a lot better if it stayed that way heading into the bottom of the 7th. But right now, a miracle in store as Roncalli down 6-0 against New Pal. Outside, ball number 1. Eubanks can take her time here. The Marian University commit will stay in town and pitch for Marian next season. Here's the 1-2. Could end the game. High pop-up. It looks like it'll be close to out of play. Will it be in front of the dugout? And there's the catch. And the game is over. And unfortunately, the season is over for the Roncalli Royals. In the second round of sectionals, Kara Steele, the first baseman, walks all the way in front of the dugout of her own and makes the catch in foul territory to end the Royals' hopes. Shutout a day after shutting out Beech Grove. And this one does not go the way of Roncalli. Now falling 6-0, the final score. And Pat, was certainly a great season for Roncalli. 20-6 will be remembered by the efforts of Benny Leffler, by Elise Baker, and by Kayla Brewer, a star senior trio. We have 5 total seniors that say goodbye today. And what has been a great season, but unfortunately it comes to an end at Indian Creek High School in the second round of sectionals.
Yeah, it's definitely, obviously it's not the result anybody wants, but you got to be feeling pretty good about what's coming next year, obviously, and that's a terrible, hollow thing to say when you got a great crew of girls who are graduates out there doing their best. No one likes to, no one wants to lose their last game, and that's unfortunately what's happened here. So they got nothing to be ashamed of. Keep their heads high, singing the fight song right now. Keep their heads up and know that they've represented their school and themselves very, very well. And I'm proud to be a Royal today watching these young ladies play.
It is time for the Piazza Produce post-game show. Thank you for sticking around and joining us as the Royals get a standing ovation from this really strong Roncalli crowd. And kudos to the group of Royals fans who drove about 40-plus minutes to come down here to Indian Creek. Treated with a good game. The final score, 6-0. New Pal with a win, but certainly was a much better game than what that number would imply. It was 2-0 from the third inning on all the way to the seventh, where New Pal put up a 4 spot. And you really credit the Dragons' bats, because it didn't matter how good the pitching staff of the Royals would have been today. It is hard to keep such a talented offense down for that long.
Yeah, definitely. We knew going in that it was going to be a dogfight, and it was a dogfight for 6 innings. And then, New Palestine just kind of broke it open at the very end. And it's unfortunate it says 6-0 on the scoreboard, but it wasn't a 6-0 game. It was a lot tighter than that. Just the last inning, the wheels kind of got wobbly for the Royals. That's the name of the game.
It is time to name our Business Art to Science Player of the Game.
Tonight, our Royals played as a team, but one athlete clearly gave us a sign of greatness. And who better to help spotlight this standout performance than Business Art to Science, the experts in making big moments impossible to miss. With over 35 years of experience, they know how to make excellence stand out. From temporary signs to lasting displays, they bring every message to life. Congrats to this week's Roncalli Royals Player of the Game.
Back here and time to name our Business Art to Science Player of the Game. This is the Piazza Produce post-game show with Pat Crosley. I'm Nathaniel Finch. Fortunately, tonight the Royals fall 6-0, the final score against New Pal. That means the season comes to an end for the 5th-ranked Royals. They will end at 20-6. They do pick up another conference championship. Now 7 straight titles. They continue to just dazzle in the Circle City now as the conference folds. Royals independent next year. But the prize would have been a sectional championship, and unfortunately, Pat, they can't quite make it there, but we still name a player of the game. And how about Lucy Perry today, the designated player? She had one job, it was to go in and get hits. Her first at-bat walked, so we had to wait and see what she could have done her second at-bat, and all she did was break up a Sydney Hughbanks no-hitter in the top of the 5th inning. Unfortunately, was then thrown out at third as she slipped, kind of a fluke play, or else we could be talking about a completely different game today. But you really applaud the efforts of Lucy Perry today, our Business Art to Science Player of the Game.
100%. She's, it's like you said, one job. She went out there and made it happen. She stole a base as well. So not only did she get on base, she made something happen while she was out there. So good work for her. Good work for all the girls, really. It's a darn shame to have to end this early, and that's not what anybody wanted. But like I said earlier, keep her heads up and be proud of how they represented their school. And everybody should be really proud of these girls.
The Piazza Produce post-game show, family-owned and trusted in Indianapolis since 1970, a leading distributor of the freshest produce, specialty items, proteins, and more, delivering exceptional quality across the Midwest. Piazza Produce, unmatched service and freshness you can count on after every game. There are certainly plenty of standout seniors on this team. Pat Crosley, what do you think the legacy of Benny Leffler, of Elise Baker, and Caleb Brewer will be remembered by, because they had a great season this year.
And not only great season, but they had great careers as well. And all the girls that, whether they stuff the stat sheets or they don't, they're part of the team, and all those girls that graduated and are part of this team are important. And they'll be known for the way that they treated each other, they treated their teammates, and the way they represented their school. And I think they've done all those things very well. So. It's a shame that they're not going to be one of those teams that people remember for winning, championships and things like that. But 20 wins in any sport is noteworthy, and that's something to be proud of for these young ladies. Definitely, they can hang their hat on that, even though it's going to sound hollow to them for a long time. But they'll be proud of themselves later.
New Pal wins the game 6-0. Will advance to play Greenwood here at Indian Creek in the sectional championship on Thursday night. They win with 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors, 7 runners left on base. The winning pitcher is Sadie Hughbanks, who has another stellar performance, her second consecutive complete game in as many days. She only allowed 2 hits, scoreless softball today, 5 walks and 6 strikeouts for the Royals. Unfortunately, unable to record a run, though close on a handful of occasions. 2 hits tonight, no errors, 7 runners left on base, and unfortunately the losing pitcher will be Kayla Brewer. 6.1 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, but 8 strikeouts, and she was really pitching so well through the first 6 innings, but unfortunately a good offense will eventually find a way to get some hits. So the final tonight, 6-0. New Pal will advance. Roncalli sees the season come to an end. Pat, it was a pleasure calling softball with you all year long, and I look forward to doing it again next year.
If you'll have me, I'll be glad to come in. I do enjoy it. It's been a special privilege. It's been a thin slice of heaven.
That's amazing. That's Pat Crosley. I'm Nathaniel Finch. A big thank you to the rest of our sponsors you had not yet heard from. That is the Coin Index. That is Gemco Constructors, Gorman Bunch Orthodontics, Greenwood Vision, Harding Poorman Print and Brand, Indiana Members Credit Union, Indiana Physical Therapy, and Werner Financial. With Pat Crosley, I'm Nathaniel Finch. Next broadcast will take place Thursday night as the baseball team hosts sectionals and gets things underway against Greenwood. That is a 7:30 first pitch. Myself and Rob Brown will have the call of that one for you right here on YouTube the same way you watched today. Thanks for tuning in on the Roncalli Media Network.